What is going on, everybody? How are we doing on this fine Thursday evening? My name is Eric. Welcome to Q2C VR Gamer Live. We are a weekly VR talk show that airs live every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. But next week and the week after will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time moving forward, I promise. We broadcast live simultaneously to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, the multiverse, here, there, and everywhere. But if you cannot catch us live, remember you can always catch us afterwards on your favorite podcast platform. Let me just say hello to everybody tonight. We have an amazing show tonight. You're going to absolutely love it. I do want to say hello to my partner from the great Canadian Northwest. Oh, wait, he's not here. He's in Disney World hanging out with a bunch of old dudes, reminiscing about some Call of Duty flat game that nobody plays, nobody cares about. But seriously, let's all say hello to Todd in chat. He's probably watching. I don't want to say too much bad about him. What's up, Todd Jackson? I hope you're having a good time with your old buddies in Florida. But you know what I would say, you know what's better than a Todd is a Jay. Having a Jay is way better than having a Todd. What is up, Jay Bratt? How you doing, man?
What's up, everybody? I was warning you earlier, my cat was probably going to be annoying, and she immediately, when you started talking about me, she popped up on me. So here's Libby, too.
Nice. We have a third host tonight. I love it. That's
Oh,
amazing.
goodness.
Kick ass. So good. So good. What is up? That's Libby?
This is Libby. She appears in some videos. She just likes to be super annoying, as you can see right now. She can't figure out where she wants to stay, but maybe she'll stay right there. Maybe.
I think so with cats, it's like basically they pretty much rule the house. They do whatever the hell they want to do. And if you're not paying attention to them when they want you to, they're going to make you.
Yeah. Geez, classy grandma. Thank you. Saw a super chat pop in already. Geez.
Wow. Classy grandma's been killing it all night. Like it's probably gone already, but like super early on, like an hour ago, Classy grandma was in here and dropped a $10 super chat,
Whew.
you know, saying this is for later because I'll probably be asleep. And here's a $5 super chat and says, I was this close, but I love y'all and tell Jay Bratt hi. So hey Jay Bratt.
Hi.
But Classy Grandma, you can watch it tomorrow and then next week and then a week after. From all the rest of the shows, I promise we'll be back on at the 8 p.m. normal time. But we had already set it up with Jay for 9. I didn't want to change it on him at last minute, so that's why we went back live at 9 p.m. tonight. So thank you everybody for being patient and hanging out with us, waiting for that extra hour. But we have a really good, cool show tonight. We get to hang out with Jay Bratt. Jay, this is your first time on the show. Thank you for being here, dude.
Hey, I'm so excited to be here. When you asked if I was going to come on, I was like, heck yes, that's another milestone moment for me being on Q2C.
Yeah, talk about milestone moments. I want to just say, I said it earlier, and I want to say it again. Congratulations. Your channel just passed, like last weekend, 40,000 subscribers. That is a huge accomplishment, man. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. And it's thanks to a lot of, I see the same people here in your chat. So a lot of the same supporters, a lot of names that I know already. Thank you. Especially Bluebell's one, Hijack Gaming. I got a shout out. They comment on like every video. So thank you both.
Bluebell is everywhere, dude. Bluebell is such a great, I mean, we have a ton. I don't want to say just Bluebell, but I do want to shout out Bluebell. Bluebell is like, she's a patron of many channels. And then even the ones that she's not, she's still there commenting, you know, saying hi to everybody, you know, going in the multiplayer playing. But there's a lot of crossover, you know, Je ne sais quoi, you know, we see Bluebell, we see Guido, we see, you know, Traveling Man and, you know, Assassin 32, we see a lot and everyone. I know he's really good friends with you and your channel too, right? And
Assassin, Mr. Tass, of course, I saw was in here earlier. Tons of the familiar names here. It's my gosh. Is that US dollars? Did you see that from Guido just pop in?
What? Holy crap!
Oh my goodness! Oh my god! $100?
Oh my god, dude!
That's freaking huge.
So Guido, before the show, I was telling Jay's like, "What keys do you got to give away tonight?" I'm like, "Well, I got a few," but Guido had just messaged me and was like, "I want to give away 2 keys tonight. Can I send a super chat?" And I'm like, "Sure, go ahead. You know, we'd love it, man. Thank you for doing that." But he said he was going to send like $50. He said $100. Holy crap, dude. It says, change my mind, Eric. 2 keys for giveaway and 1 especially for Mickey Burr. He gives to Mickey Bear. He gives to everyone want to share the love, dude. And that's super nice. Guido, you're awesome, man. So yeah, we will have 2 keys for Everslot Invasion to give away tonight, as well as a few others that we'll talk about. But thank you, Guido, for doing that. That's freaking amazing. So when D gets in here in a little bit of time, we're going to definitely roll some keys, give some stuff away. We have other keys to give away. We'll go over that in a little bit, but thank you, dude, for doing that. And thank you for recognizing Mickey and giving him his key, because you know what? Mickey gives so many keys away to everyone else. Like Jay, like Mickey Bear goes into like everybody's chat live and he'll just drop keys all night long.
How? I wonder what they
I
do. Who are
I
they? They
don't
have all
know.
these codes.
I don't know. They have more keys than I do. Literally. I don't know how that's even possible.
That's
Like,
impressive.
seriously, he must have more. Like we have a thing that we call the key vault. That's how many keys we have. Because developers are always just like, hey, we'll give you some keys. We want you to promote our game. So I'm like, sure, I'll do that. That's what we do. So we have a freaking file that we call the key vault, and he still has more keys than we do. We have a vault. He must have like a key bonanza or something somewhere.
Yeah.
But let's say hello to this awesome chat before we get too far. I don't want to lose anybody way up at the top. So let's say hello to everybody, because I know you're right. There's probably a ton of crossover between our two communities, which is awesome. And I love the VR community. Well, Classy Grandma is here. She says, oh my God, it's Orlin Hooper. And you know what I have to say to Orlin Hooper? Orlin Hooper's jacked, yo. Orlin Hooper, I just made that for you, like just before the show, because guess what? Todd's not here. So guess who has to do all the drops? Orlin Hooper's jacked, yo. Not Jay, me. I pointed to Jay, but Jay's not doing it. I've actually never, this is the first time I've ever done it, Jay. Like I've had him go XLR. I'm so lazy. I let Todd do everything. I never use it. You want to know what my new favorite drop is, though? I just made this one before the show, too. I let Jay hear it because I know Jay's a big Beat Saber fan, but here's my new one. We all know Beat Saber sucks.
Ouch.
Jay's like, that hurt, man. That hurts. I know, but it's so good. Listen, it sounds so good. We all know Beat Saber sucks. Oh, it just sounds good. It makes me feel good on the inside. All right. What's going on, Orlin Hooper? How you doing, man? We have Guido7335. We have Bluebell is here. Destiny 11. Guido, I already said. Brandon VR. Classy Grandma. What is going on, Classy Grandma? Thank you for all those super chats. You are amazing. Michelle B is here. Mickey Bear, as we said. Traveling Man 3775. Fourth Wall Breaker. Gear, what is up? He says, yo, yo. Let's see. Who else do we have? Jay Bratt is stopping in the chat and saying hello to everybody, too. Awesome. Michelle B. Goddess Robin is here. Is that somebody from your community? I've never seen Goddess Robin here.
Yeah, actually, Goddess Robin just became a channel member. Bought them Doctor Who today for joining.
What?
So
that's awesome. Love new channel members.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of familiar names. Dwayne, VR Val, Wolferaza. I mean, I'm sure a lot of these people are here too, but yeah. Huh?
Shout out VR Val. I love VR Val. She's awesome.
I see her on Instagram all the time.
Yep, she's so good. Yeah, Techno Glitch is here. It says back at 9 p.m. Yep, just for tonight, bro. I promise. Let's see. PDX VR. Chris 9989. Virtual Steve is here. Samson 143 VR. What is going on? Samson 143 VR has a great talk show as well. Jay does Let's Talk Oculus.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So it got a good name, good ring to it.
I know, right? It's like throwback. Yeah, is it weird that Oculus is throwback now? You know,
everyone calls it that. That's the funny. It's like Nintendo. It has become the word for owning a VR headset. They're like, "Oh, I got an Oculus," and then we walk back and I see it's like some old Windows mixed reality headset. They just call it an Oculus.
You know, it's funny how one word can either make you be like an OG and know and be a person who like knows everything, and then you put one little word on that and it makes you look like somebody who doesn't know anything. If you say Oculus, you're like, yeah, man, you're old school. I like it. You know what's going on. If you say the Oculus, you don't know nothing about VR. You know nothing. Stop talking. Or if you like say the VR goggles. Like I love when I get people, they're like, oh, did you try? I tried those new VR goggles. They're amazing. I'm like, oh my God, please just stop talking.
Goggles or mask is another one that drives me crazy.
I love it, man. Yeah. Let's see who else do we have here. I don't want to miss anybody. Virtual Strangers. Wes is here. What's up, Wes? How you doing, man? Wolveraza is here. Chatty. Hijack Gaming, as you said earlier. Bacardi B. No Spam in the Kitchen. Nick Thompson is here. Let's see. Who else? I need a drop for Nick Thompson for No Spam in the Kitchen. So his name looks like No Spam in the Kitchen, but it's Nick Thompson backwards. But it looks like No Spam in the Kitchen to me. So that's how I always say it. Let's see. Who else? Hussein X is here. I said Traveling Man. And all right. I think Ender's VR Arcade is here. Tasselhoff is here.
Always.
You love Tasselhoff, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You know who else loves Tasselhoff? Orland Hooper's jacked, yo. I don't have a my mom button.
I thought you were surprising me with the my mom button. My mom does.
I don't have the my mom button. I need somebody. I don't have it. I literally did the buttons right before the show. Assassin 32 VR says 40K, baby.
Oh, Wes says VR helmet. Oh,
VR helmet. Yeah. Oh, that is bad. Ollie VR Port is here. Let's see. Holy moly, so many people, dude. Darius Spearman is here. Damn, man, so many awesome people. Lord Death, that's a freaking awesome name, dude. If your handle is Lord Death, I mean,
you better bring it in game though. If
Seriously.
I see that, I'm putting my A game on. I'm terrified.
You're not kidding. Bry Cub is here. Je ne sais quoi. Space Dennison, Void Citizen. What is up, dude? And I think that is it, guys. If you missed you, I have very much apologized, but it's already like almost freaking 20 minutes into the show. So we got to get going. We got to get going. Awesome. Tatum just stopped in. Dwayne, as you said earlier. So what's going on, guys? We did mention Tasselhoff earlier, and you're a big fan of Tasselhoff. I mean, you guys have gotten together, he's done some cool stuff, but you guys talk all the time. But you guys probably have never met in person before, like at least face to face.
Not yet.
I had to fix that.
What's up, Taz?
How you doing?
I've seen Taz on your show though, so I've seen the face reveal before.
Yeah.
I know, right?
To see you, buddy.
We'll play some walkabout.
I have a lot of TAS in my room. If you can't tell, that is a 3D printed sign right there of my logo by TAS. We got the Beat Saber keychains. We got the PSVR. Oh my gosh, you actually have one too.
Oh my god!
I always keep a souvenir for myself.
I didn't know. Yeah,
but
he keeps it right by his pillow at night.
No, I have a nice little stand up here of 3D printed stuff. But yeah, this was my first attempt at making a multicolored print. And so I did different pieces and then super glued them. But I've now upped my game, and now I do layered multicolored print.
Oh, see, that's Jay, you got the cheap version. He needs to make a new one.
I was the guinea pig.
A new one. But, so this is a new kind of passion thing, is making these multicolored layered prints. So change it out. But on top of that, now I'm making magnets.
Oh,
dude.
There are magnets actually embedded.
Magnets are awesome. Love it.
So
that's a Creeper Betty one I see right there.
It is a little Creeper Betty.
Look at that. That's cool. That's like the unveiling of the Creeper Betty magnet. That's pretty cool.
I know. I made a Tribe Grey Wolf one today.
Oh, nice.
Although
I don't have the Tribe Grey Wolf drop either.
So, but yeah, so that's the latest things that I've been playing and testing with. Oh, and then this, we'll see if it works. I got to send it to Eric.
That's not the J Bar. That's not the J Bar edition.
No. Oh yeah, the J Bar edition. I did not print one of those to keep.
Jay, do you do this? I do this to TAS all the time. I get an idea in my head and I'm like, hey, can you make this for me? Like I do. Literally, I'm like, you know what? I really want the quick aim stock for, like, I love this thing. Like this thing here, I've been using it with my Quest Pro for like Ghost of Tabor, like for a shooter. And it's like, I can't play without it anymore. So I was like, I need one for like for PlayStation VR 2 because I love that controller, and Firewall Ultra is coming, and there's going to be games I'm going to use it. So I'm like, Tass, you need to go make me one. So I literally messaged him like, hey, can you just go make one? Figure it out, bro.
I'm hoping this works. I don't have a PSVR 2 to test with. I'm actually literally 3D printing the red over there. You could also see it on the Twitch stream. Well, no, I don't have the camera on that one for the Twitch stream, but I'm 3D printing a PSVR 2 controller to try to test with this, just for fit. But
Dwayne Zazeski says, forgive me for not knowing, but Eric, do you have a YouTube channel? I do. You're on it right now.
This is a YouTube channel.
This is so we're a little bit different. We don't do like a personal channel. We have a place. It's Q2C VR Gamer. This channel is owned and operated by myself and Todd Jackson. And we run it as a team. And I don't know how you do yours by yourself, Jay. Like literally, like early on when we started doing this, it is, but you kind of started on your own though, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
well, I quit work. I quit work. For those out there who don't know me or my backstory, I was in management for years, and I have an amazing wife who was supportive. She got a good job, and she's like, "You're miserable working 60 hours a week in management. Why don't you just take a break from work?" And while I was on that break, I started a channel, and here we are now. We have an editor. We have me. Sometimes my wife gets to help with stuff or come on trips with us too. So I don't think I'm ever going back to traditional work, at least fingers crossed.
Never
going back.
Yep. Don't even say it. You don't even say it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like literally, when I first started doing this, again, I was full time. I was full time, and I was probably trying to run different, social groups for virtual reality. And I was like, I wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I knew early on, like, I don't want to do this. It's too much work for me, and I don't want to do it by myself. So I was like, Todd, Todd was one of my
I need
moderators.
a scapegoat to
No,
push all
seriously,
the
I'm like,
work
Todd,
to.
I need somebody to give all the work to. Literally, I just was like, "Do you want to do this together?" And he was like, "Hell," because he had a channel and I had a small channel, and we were trying to do like little small things. So I said, "Let's just dump our individual channels, and we'll just make a Q2C VR gamer channel." And that's kind of how it happened, and that's where we're at. So when we create content, we put everything on this channel together. So, that's how it happened. That's where we are. So, but thank you for coming over here, Dwayne, man, and hanging out. I appreciate it, and go check out some of our stuff. There's some cool stuff in there. So yeah, Tass, I just want to bring you on to say hey to Jay. I wanted you guys on the screen at the same time because I know you guys do a lot of stuff together. So it's cool for you guys to say hi to each other.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Do you got anything to show real quick you want to talk about?
That was pretty much it. The PSVR that we're working on here. There is an index quick game. So I used to be all about my mini mag, which is the 2-point mag.
Yep.
I'm all
me
about
too.
quick games now because
Me
it's
too.
just so much easier for you to, and they're so easy to make.
Yeah, Jay, are you like a shooter fan at all? Like,
He's not,
do you
usually.
I play some shooters. I have not been convinced that any gun stock will help me yet with my cause. For some reason, I try them and I'm just struggling with them all the time.
Do the quick game because to me, like it's the fastest way without having to like have magnets on both controllers where you have to try and like in a headset not be able to see what you are, and you have to build up this muscle memory of knowing
The
where you
original.
have to go to get back. So yeah, I mean, just using the quick game, it's so easy, and it's set up enough. I think it's long enough now, like it's perfect size where you can use it
Yeah.
for like if you're going to use like an SMG, it's perfect. But if you're going to use, a rifle, it still works fine on most games, I would say. So love
Who's
it.
gonna merge the quick stock and like the eye stock design where you get the shoulder stock and you get the quick stock, but your front hand isn't
You
locked
could
in yet.
do that though,
You
right?
could with actually the Magstock Plus system. So actually, I think I already have it built.
Nice shirt,
That's
by the
right.
way, Taz. That's a throwback.
It is. It's the only one I have that actually fits and is nice because I'm
Actually
fat.
wore that. I actually wore one of those the other day, man. They're not even. They're like rare. They're selling them on eBay.
I missed it. I haven't seen the shirt. I was too busy looking at the background.
It was our original logo, like a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one that fits the best.
OG.
But yeah, you could use the Magstock system, so you can
Yeah.
make a quick game with that. But then you could add the butt stock
Like a
onto
butt
the end.
stock. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah,
I'd
you
have to
can
think
make it
about
both.
that too. I would maybe want to try that.
You have the pieces. You
I
can
do.
build it out.
I may try that. But
So
Get
cool.
it all in one. That's what we like. All in one solution.
But cool, yeah, Taz, thanks for coming on, man. I just want to have you come on and say hi real quick, and then cool stuff coming from
everybody in
Taz
chat.
too.
Good to
He's
see
doing Taz is. I'll say now to everybody. Also, I just want to thank Taz. He's doing some cool stuff with Impact Reality, helping us out now too, and
Nice.
he's becoming part of the team there. So cool. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
All right,
Bye,
take
everyone.
it easy.
At this rate, Impact Reality is just going to employ the whole VR industry. I feel
Seriously, when are you coming? You gonna come hang out with us?
No.
You're like, that's too much work. I'm good.
I just don't want another job again. That's my whole
Who does,
problem.
dude? I know. I want to go work with you. I want to go hang out with you and John. Forget about Impact Reality. But man, let's. I want to do this before, like we're going to talk about topical stuff tonight. There's a ton of stuff that I want to talk about. PlayStation stuff. I completely lost my mind. I live streamed the PlayStation thing yesterday with with Creeper Betty and Skiva and Alex and Todd. Was there anybody else? I think that was it. But yeah, we streamed it live and we had a lot of comments, and I lost my mind and had a little mini rant because of what happened with it. But I want to talk about a little bit about that. I want to talk about the games that were talked about. I want to talk about, hype level and what you think about everything. And we'll get into that. But at first, I want to talk about you because you haven't really been here before. You've made some cameos where you've stopped in and said hi quickly. But I've been wanting to do this for a while where we get in a chance to talk and we've known of each other for a long, long time, but we really got a chance to really connect at CES this year. And then later at the Ghost of the Board launch party and at GDC. And just had a lot of fun with you, and you're really cool. And I'm glad you had a chance to come in and talk. So tell the folks here maybe that don't know your story, like how you started with this, because to me, like these are the most interesting things when you have a content creator, somebody who has kind of like devoted their life to this crazy ass thing that we do. Like, tell us where you started from and then, how you got yourself up to 40,000 subscribers.
Well, it goes a long ways back. So when I was a baby, no.
My mom said to me early on, "You're going to be a YouTuber."
Well, actually, so the first instance in my life that I remember kind of like this seed going in my head, we got in a Nintendo 64. I was a little kid, my older brother, and I remember we were playing Mario 64 and we were so blown away by how you could run around inside the game. And we said, one day you're going to be inside the game. And when we said that, even as kids, I thought, okay, not in our lifetimes, that's not going to happen. And then all of a sudden, when I started seeing those first Oculus DK1s coming out, I saw them, YouTubers had them, Jacksepticeye. I was like, that's it. Like, that's what we've been waiting for. That's going to put us in the game. And so I was super thrilled about it. I was following it from those days. And it wasn't until like 2016 when I was like, okay, I can maybe finally afford this. The first PSVR was coming out, and I went and I pre-ordered that thing day one. The first day you could pre-order, I actually walked into GameStop at like 10 a.m. and like pre-ordered that thing. And so that was going to be my first foray into real VR. A month or two passes while I'm waiting, and then I needed a new phone. Guess what? AT&T's offering a free Gear VR if you upgrade your phone to a new Samsung. And so I ended up with a Samsung Gear VR. And for a lot of people out there, they're like, oh, that's not VR. It's not, it's terrible. But I will say, like, if you had a good set of headphones and you could actually get an Xbox style game controller pad and you could play Minecraft on there. And I mean, the draw distance was like 100 feet. But like my wife had a free one, I had one, and we'd play Minecraft together for hours. And you'd get so lost because it was like you couldn't see very far.
Right,
you get 100 feet away in game and you'd lose sight of each other, and then you get totally lost. But from then on, I was hooked. PSVR came out, and I absolutely loved it. And the thing that really led to YouTube was over time, with the PSVR, with the Gear VR, I always found that, like, no matter who it was, cousins, friends of friends, people I barely knew, I would bring over everyone I could and get them to try it. Like, I had people over that I don't even really know. I was like, have you ever tried a VR headset? Come over this weekend and you're going to try. So I counted up at one point. It was like over 100 people I had demoed it to. And this was when I was still working in management full time. I was working a job at that point. I had to schedule myself 55 hours a week to start.
Wow.
And every day you'd stay late or something would happen. And so my life just had no time. I had all this management money and I was buying every game that came out every week for PSVR, but I never had time to try half of them. And it was just, it was so hard having this passion, this love, but working this job that was just working me to the bone. I never had time to spend on it. So I kind of gave a little earlier, but for people who joined the episode a little late, several years of that, my wife finished college while I was still in management. She got a good job and we were at a point, she's like, we don't need this. We don't like not seeing each other. Like, let's do something different. Why don't you take some time off work, figure out what you want to do? And so I was like, okay, I'll just take like 6 months off. We'd saved up a chunk. And in that time, I was like, well, I'm going to pass some time. I love VR. Maybe I'll start a VR channel just for fun to give me something to do. And then by the end of the time, as the channel was growing and seemed to be steadily going, I was like, you know what? Maybe, obviously we've done it now. We have 40,000 subscribers. We have a full-time editor, John. You met him. He comes on trips with me and stuff.
Awesome, dude.
Yes, it's been an amazing journey, but I mean, obviously it's still VR. It's still somewhat niche. I'm not like living some lavish YouTuber mansion life, but we do, we're not people who need a lot, we both work from home. So we have one car that we share to go places, and all of everything I get about the channel goes back into the channel, into the community and giveaways and stuff, because I feel so grateful. Like, so many people, so many channels have worked so much harder even than I have, and they don't always get to that point. It's a lot of luck when it comes to content creation, and I feel really lucky to be here, and it's because of a lot of these names I'm seeing here in chat who have made it happen over all these years. So here we are, we're 40,000 strong, and hopefully going from here on, not back with the normal job, like I said earlier. That's the dream.
Hey, John's in chat, man. He says love working with Jay. He's a great partner and amazing investor in both of our futures. Hell yeah, man. I mean, and that's what it is too. I mean, you're investing your time, your money, your life into this thing, and you're right. Most people don't make it because it's frustrating. It can be frustrating. It can take a long time to build, and it's a lot of work. Like, I mean, most of our community probably know, because I bitch about it all the time, but how much work it is. Like, like running a YouTube channel is a lot of work. It's hard to do. And, you have John to do your editing now, which is extremely helpful. But I imagine in the beginning you did it on your own. And
oh yeah,
there's a lot of content creators out there that do all their own editing work. And there's just hours. Literally, I had a video I dropped this morning on a headset that I've been testing, this DPVR headset. And literally, it's an 8-minute video. I was editing until 5 a.m. Last night trying to get it done so I could drop the damn thing. And those things. Oh, you got one? Yeah.
I haven't hooked it up yet. I've
Oh, really?
unboxed it. I've only unboxed
Yeah,
it.
just
so
watch
far.
my video. You'll be all right.
Then I'll know.
Yeah, just like watch his video. He's fine. No, literally, look, it's an 8-minute video, and like the quality of my editing is like garbage. You know what I mean? You can spend hours and hours and hours editing, but there's so much time that goes in the YouTube channel. So a lot of people they'll get hooked up and can't break 1,000 subs, and they'll just give up.
Yeah,
It's so easy to do. So when you get somebody who actually makes it, and you get that first 1,000 to 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and like literally, I was streaming on Saturday night, and you had stopped into the stream to say it. You hit it, and you're like, I think you had said to me like, I feel like I'm gonna cry. Like literally, it's such a big freaking deal. Like hitting 40,000 is such a hard thing to do, and there's so much work and investment, and you have people relying on you, John. You have John relying on your channel and how you guys do things together. It's like you have your livelihood, your on these things, and it's emotional, right? When you hit these things.
Mhm. It is, and people don't realize, because for some people, there's those people that post some random video of a duck on a pond and it blows up, and all of a sudden they have 100,000 subscribers. They don't know what to do with this and some people think, oh, it's really easy, but then others, when you follow, especially when you pick a niche, something you're really passionate about, but something that's growing, you're going to grow with it over the years. But there will be times, and to anyone out there who's thinking about starting a channel, if you do it, like, remember why you're doing it. I always said from the start, I've never once called it work. Because I'm not going back to work. It's not work to me. No matter how many hours we spend on it, it's not work. But you've got to remember why you're doing it and keep doing what you want to do, because there will come a time, no matter how quickly it blows up or how slowly it does, there will come a time where you will be tested, and it will feel like you are never going to hit that next ceiling. You're never going to pass that point. And that's where I've seen so many creators that I've worked with over the years as I've done this. They've hit that point and they've given up. And I miss them. I'm like, gosh, I miss hanging out with that person. I miss making videos with them. And I message them and I'm like, hey, you're going to come back around? They're like, no, I think I'm done with that. And it hurts to see them go, but I get it, because you'll get to that point and it's that lull, and you've got to stay strong. You've got to keep posting. You got to power through, because eventually those numbers are going to crank back up.
They will, and they'll come, and it's easy to lose your way. It's easy to get down and not. I mean, I talk to people all the time. We were in it. I mean, literally, we hung around under 1,000 for a ton of time, and then we just kind of picked up, and we don't really push as hard as we could. But we're about to hit 5,000, and I'm extremely thankful for the 5,000 we got. VR Val's in chat. She says, "I'm going to cry if I ever hit 1,000." There's a channel like Val deserves 10,000. She puts so much effort into the stuff that she does, and it just takes time. And Val will get there. I guarantee she'll get there as long as she wants to. And that's the whole thing. You have to want to. Like you said, if it becomes like a hassle, or if it becomes like work, then it's like, what do I do this for? But it can be so enjoyable, and the highs can be super high, but the lows can still be super low.
Yep. Shout out to Saber Mom, if anyone knows what I'm saying.
Saber Mom.
Val's original name. Yeah, I've been hanging with her since the very start, I want to say, for her.
Yeah, you because you used to stream Beat Saber a lot, right? That was one of the first things that you did in your channel, right?
I didn't stream it. I started with some videos of it. That was honestly, when I started the channel, I was committed to daily uploads, and that's Beat Saber was part of that strategy, because it's like you could play 3 hours of Beat Saber and come out with like 8 videos, and then those were like the daily fillers in between bigger projects I was doing. Over time, I finally got sick of the copyrights, and honestly, mixed reality, as cool as it is so much to put it together. It's so hard, and things go wrong all the time, that finally I want to get back to mixed reality someday and do more of it. But for that, now it was like, I'm going to focus on other stuff. And so it was a challenge, though, when I switched off that. It was like, how do I keep up daily uploads without something like Beat Saber videos where I can make a bunch? And we've shorts came along a little later, and that's helped, because shorts are easy. You can do those, you can do one and kind of count that for the day. We still try and do one long form almost every day, but it's tough.
That's
it's a lot
so hard.
Do.
Yeah. I don't even know how you do it, dude. I have no idea. I mean, even doing it full time, getting one out a day is so hard.
Yeah, it's no joke. It's fun though. Like when you see over time more people showing up, the same names are in chat, and I see Nonstop Powers here. That's my first ever subscriber. Actually, that's
Hell
Noah.
yeah, man.
moderator on the Discord, first subscriber
Nice.
back in the day on this random freaking Beat Saber video. I've been a big supporter all along. So like things like that are why you keep in it, because you're here with people. You're doing it for the people that are holding you up and helping you. But there are times when you're like, how am I going to get something done today? It's fun, but it's tough. It's not work, but it can be tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and our Arcanian says, you say everyone will make it, but is there room enough for everyone? And that is a valid point and question. And I say everyone will make it. That's not true. Everyone's not going to be, because this isn't for everyone. Like, not there are content creators out there that try it that just aren't good at it. You have to be good at it. It's like anything else. You kind of have to be good at what you do. But I would say that people that are good at it, like Val, who's good at the content, that just needs to get there, perseverance will get you there. If you're good and you stick with it and you keep doing what you're doing and just keep a positive attitude and then kick down freaking doors when you need to kick down doors, you'll make it. Because there is room. There's still plenty of room here.
There's room, and not only that, there's an audience for everything and everyone. There's that person that just films their sneezes and uploads them.
Oh my God.
And like has a ton of subscribers. Like, how are someone watching that? There's an audience for everything. You just got to stick with it long enough through those lulls and those tough times in the early days, and you'll get there. But I fully understand. There were times, I think it was around, like we hit around 6,000, and the road from 6 to 10 was like views were down, people were down, things were going on with YouTube that were pushing the channel down. It was like that was like the ultimate test for me. It was hanging through that time. And I've seen so many people who in that time give up. It's kind of like in boxing, they say, or even in the MMA, you're not a champ when you get the belt. You're a champ the first time you defend it. Right. You're not a champion of content creation the first time something goes viral. You're a champion when you stick between two things that don't, and it's months or even years in between.
Oh my God. I mean, when you make a good video and it hits and you get 50,000, 60,000, 100,000 views, you're like, oh, that's so fantastic. But then when you get a video that you work your ass off and you're like, wow, this is going to be a great video. I put a ton of time into this. I think it's going to be great. It's got great content. It's just done so well. And you put it out there and you're like, it's like crickets. Nobody's watching. You're like, what the hell?
The biggest comfort that I tell new content creators who are trying to come up, remember in those moments, it's not what you did. It wasn't the editing. It was something to do with the algorithm, and take comfort in the fact that it was out of your control. Sometimes you're going to post something that you poured your heart and soul into, and YouTube's going to go, ooh, they used this word in there, and I don't really like that word, so I'm just not going to show this to anybody. Yep. And that can happen. So sometimes it can be a bit of a scatter shot. You got to keep on going. There's been series that I've tried where I'm like, I know the first or second one may not really work. YouTube may not share it, but I got to keep on, because eventually that series will become a staple on the channel. You just have to stick to what people are going to enjoy.
Yep. Alex VR in the chat says, what up, dudes? What's up, Alex? How you doing, man?
Alex.
And talking about like kicking down doors, and that's a perfect example. Somebody like Alex who, wanted to get into the VR field, didn't know how, and went, grabbed a microphone and went to OC6 and put microphones in front of people's faces and basically kicked down doors until, now he's Alex VR and everybody knows him, and he's got a extremely popular, Between Realities podcast, and he works for, an amazing haptics company and Contact CI, and that's how you make these things happen. And you have to do these things, and sometimes you have to take huge risks, like quit your full-time job, and
have a support network though. Don't just do it. I was lucky enough to have that with Nat. She took care of us for a while there, and I was so blessed to have that, because I know most people don't.
Yeah, that's a great point too. And yeah, I mean, your wife must be amazing. I just to put up with what we do and the hours we have to work and places we have to go, and she must be amazing. I know my wife puts up a ton of what I have to do, and yeah, exactly. You can't. It's just like, I guess, anything in marriage. You have to support each other, what you go through, and if it's a passion, you have to like try and help the other person out. And I couldn't do it without my wife, and I'm sure you couldn't do it without yours.
Yeah, completely. I literally couldn't, because I couldn't have quit working. Like that was that was the whole. She kept us afloat for the first year and a half, I think, before the channel ever made anything. So that's time.
Yep, 100%. 100%. I'm just trying to see what people are saying in chat here. So I think Dwayne Zazeski, is he from your community?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
So Dwayne was like, he must be like a little bit of an older gamer. He will fit right in here, because we have a nice, good older gamer vibe here, and we have some awesome people. So welcome over here, Dwayne. That's why we have such good crossover, man. There's such a lot of
Mhm.
cool people that cross over between the both. So it is fun to see older people get involved with virtual reality and really find a passion for it. Like Mickey Burr is older and he absolutely loves VR, and Bluebell and Classy Grandma, and some of these people that you couldn't find these people in the earlier generations. Like somebody like me, like from my generation, it's okay to come to be into gaming now at my age, where for like my parents' generation, that would never have happened. You know what I
No,
mean? It
no.
just wouldn't. You couldn't
It
do
was a
it.
waste of time. They were nerds and geeks, and if you're losing your life doing it, yeah, I know what you mean. Although my parents, who never did Animal Crossing of all things, they play Animal Crossing together now. They
That's awesome.
never game in their life. There's a game for everyone. You just have to eventually find it.
Yeah, that's it. You got to find it. Q Creator says, I'm the oldest here at 63. That's pretty good. Pretty good. 63. I love it.
Anybody want to contest that in
Yeah,
chat?
who else?
I
Anybody
feel
else?
like there might be somebody. A funny thing about age in VR too, I've demoed VR for so many people, and I love showing it to older people because it
Yeah.
blows their mind. You show VR to kids, and most of the time kids have had all kinds of technology. The internet's been around their entire lives. It doesn't always, it's like, oh, this is cool. Oh, cool. I like this game. Maybe Gorilla Tag will get them overly excited. But you
Oh my
show
God.
older people freaking Google Maps and you show them where their childhood house or something, and they are like crying in the headset. They are blown away. Like it's I feel like it's just so much more fun, weirdly, to show VR to older people. So maybe that's part of the appeal. I don't know.
I'm with it. I love showing VR to anybody, but you're
Mhm.
right, especially people that where it really blows their mind, like because most people that like either in my generation or maybe a little bit before grew up with like basic gaming on an Atari 2600, and to actually and spent time in like childhood in arcades where it was like a thing where you went to the mall and you hung out all day in the freaking arcade, and because it was amazing and you had so much fun, to now do these things where you're in the game is amazing. And you know who else loves to be in the game? Chinatown D. What's up, D?
This girl.
This girl.
What's up?
I was prepared for a my mom joke there, and that
I don't have the
you went a
I don't
different
have
way
the my
with
mom.
it.
I don't have it. Here, D, say my mom. I'll record it when you do it. Ready? 1, 2.
Orland Hooper's
3.
jacked, yo.
Oh no, that's Orland Hooper.
No.
There you go. Go ahead.
My mom.
Okay, let's see if it worked.
Oh God, no.
That didn't work.
That didn't
It
This
was
is
a good
what
try.
you need, Todd.
I know. I do need Todd because all I have is this. Orland Hooper's jacked, yo. But this is my new favorite.
That's all you
We
need,
all know
though.
Beat Saber sucks. That's my new favorite.
Well, I couldn't hear it. I couldn't.
We
hear
all
it.
know Beat Saber sucks.
And I can't hear that. No.
I'll just keep playing it.
Nope.
I was recording that earlier, and I'm like, I'm gonna record this one for Jay. Oh man, D, welcome in. Thanks for coming in.
Yes.
How's the wheel going? Do we have wheel ready?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Let me get you. Let me work on that. It's not like it's like
Okay.
95% ready.
Yeah, no.
Games
worries.
wise, it's ready.
Cool. Well, I'll say we'll just we'll tease this because we do have a couple things to give away. We have 2 keys that we're gonna spin for Everslot Invasion, donated by Guido. Thank you, dude. We appreciate that. With one of those keys going to Mickey Bear automatically right off the bat. We have a key for Firmament that I don't know who won it last week. Was it Mateo that won it last week? And we're like, Mateo doesn't need a key, so we're gonna give that a key away to somebody else tonight. Firmament on Steam. We have a key for Shadowgate, and we have a key for Hello Neighbor, the new game. I don't know if anybody wants this game, but we're gonna give one away.
Come on,
I played some.
Did you play it?
I played it on Quest. I'm not quite sure. I think a lot of the hate is coming because the PSVR 2 version is having some struggles. On
Yeah.
Quest, I definitely think the key is worth taking and getting if you're into the Hello Neighbor series. So I would say if you're into Hello Neighbor, try to enter. Try to do
it's
what
a
it
free
takes to
game,
win.
right?
Yeah. It's $30 too.
I
so
want somebody
probably
to
a
win.
cheap
I want
game.
somebody to win it and then go, fuck that. I don't, I don't want it. And somebody go, yeah, that's right. Give it to somebody else. Oh, damn. Oh, Tass wants to give some stuff away too. Okay. Let me bring Tass on real quick again. We'll put this on the wheel later as well. Tass, you want to give some stuff away too? You're in the giving mood tonight?
Yeah, always in the giving mood. But how about we do a quick game of choice, and that will even include the new Knuckle one.
Oh, I
or
love
the
the new Knuckle
PSVR
one.
2 one we've got, or you've got the classic or the Index.
Nice.
So take your pick.
Jay,
But
Jay, do you have a Quest Pro?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you use your Quest Pro? Is that like your go-to now?
Well, it's really having problems lately. The controllers are disconnecting all the
Oh
time.
no, really? Wow.
But for the most part, I was using it to play all my Quest games because it was just easy. It's easy to see out of it, get in and out of it. But just the last like month or two, the controllers keep disconnecting randomly.
Nice.
That's looking good with the
That
3D
does look like it's
printed
gonna work. D,
controller.
you see that? Look at that, D, for the PlayStation controllers.
That is nice.
Hell yeah, dude.
so,
That's
but
gonna
then
work.
I also do have, if you want to give away also, some Zyber VR charging grips. I have a closet full of goodies from review
Nice.
stuff that I've done that
Cool.
I'm not using these, so somebody else should.
Awesome. Yeah, so we'll put a quick game on the wheel and we'll put the Zyber on the wheel. It's gonna be like a giveaway bonanza in celebration of Jay hitting 40,000 subscribers. We're gonna do it on here. We're gonna celebrate on here and give away a whole bunch of stuff. I love it. I love it. Awesome. Thanks,
Love it.
Tass. I cannot wait to try the PlayStation thing, dude. I really,
Yeah,
I mean,
no, and I've got the other quick games, the Index, all that stuff.
I have
printed,
like
so I'll make sure to get that
Tass is
together.
like a beautiful package ready for. I'm just waiting for my Q2C magnets. I haven't seen those yet. They're going to be coming.
Hey, you know what? Your logo's a little more. I can do just the Q2C part, but the whole VR gamer off in the distance is a little
yeah,
harder
well,
to get on there.
Well,
So
come on.
Actually, Tribe's logo is just the head. I actually put the name in down on the bottom because I felt it needed the name for the magnet.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
But
cool. Thanks, dude. Well, we're gonna put this on the wheel. I appreciate it. You rock. I can't wait to give it away. I love giving stuff
sounds
away.
good.
All right, man. Thanks.
Later, everybody.
Dude, Tasseloff is one of the nicest guys ever.
He's aight.
Just I tell him like
I know he
he's
sent like originally on, he sent you like a huge package of stuff, right? When you guys
Dude,
first met.
Oh yeah, he sent me the I think it was the quick game and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah,
The
it was
dragon.
pretty cool.
Tass likes to
Oh,
overwhelm with the stuff. Like it's not just you open it's one thing. It's like so much you don't even know what you're gonna do with
like
all of it.
vase flower holders and like the Go-Gurt freaking sliders.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
like,
you have the
"Ugh."
Beat Saber cubes, Jay? We should burn those together.
Dude, quit burn. No,
We
leave
should
Beat
melt them.
Saber alone.
Oh, come on. That would be fun. It would be fun, dude.
Yeah, okay, if you say so.
So yeah, we got a couple of things we're gonna give away tonight. We'll and when D's ready, we'll give the first one away. I think we'll give let's give one of those copies of Everslot Evasion away.
Check your
first.
messages and restream.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I see.
Oh,
codes
I don't know
dropping
how to
in
do
chat,
this, D.
too.
I have to do this.
Is that
Oh,
is that what's
dude,
happening?
it'll show better
Okay. I'm
with
with
you doing it.
All right. I'm down. I'm down to take the challenge. On
You
this,
can
actually.
do this. I have faith in
Me too.
Nash.
Do we really ever need Todd again? Like ever?
Uh-huh.
You should have seen it when I went live on Twitch only, and like I didn't go. We were in the wrong room. I realized that we went into the wrong room. It's all Todd's fault.
Nash.
He's all celebrating in Disney and stuff.
Disney World or Disneyland?
I think he's in
wasn't sure.
Disney World. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Eric.
Disneyland is Cali. So
Yeah.
Eric and I went to Disney World together. I'd never been.
We did.
We went when we were in Orlando. That was really cool.
Yeah, we got to spend some time in Epcot, right? Yeah, we went to Epcot.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun. That was such a good day. It was Creeper Betty. What a crew we had. It was Creeper Betty, me, Jay, Jasmine, Alex, and Skiva. What a day we had. The whole
At
day
Disney World.
at Disney World. That was freaking awesome. All right, let me see. I got to share my screen. The wheel we're going to share. And then we're
You
going to
can
put
do
that here.
you can.
Yeah.
Hey,
We'll
look!
put that here. Holy crap, I did it, D. All right, so that is a beautiful looking wheel, by the way. I've actually never seen this wheel. This is amazing.
That's because Todd doesn't like to use mine because I showed him up on the colors. So.
Oh, this looks way better than our normal wheel. Wait a minute. He's fired, D. He's so fired. Damn.
Send him a letter to Disney World.
I like this wheel way better than his wheel. It looks so much nicer.
Here's your pink slip. Ha!
D, can you do this? We all know Beat Saber sucks. If you can hit those drops for me, Todd's out.
No, that is one drop I will not do.
Oh, I know.
It's
All right,
okay.
so this is going to be for one of those keys that thank you very much, Guido, for donating. Key for Everslot Invasion. Jay, have you played this yet? Dropped today, Everslot Invasion.
I have not. No, I was busy playing Hello Neighbor. for launch today.
There's like so many games coming. It's like so hard to play, and I've had Key for like Everslot Invasion for like over almost 10 days now, and I haven't played it yet.
Dude,
Yeah, it's
just
so
like you
fun.
having that 3080 and not installing it for like 6 months.
Well, hey, you know,
Man, dude, that thing
happens.
wouldn't have been like in the house an hour before it got open. Come on.
I know.
I understand the struggle. I
It's
hear
hard.
you.
It's hard. It's so
I
hard.
had this PC like ready to be built for like months before I finally got to building it.
It's. I mean, I literally I'm easily exaggerating a little bit. 6 months, but literally, I think it was a month.
Okay,
Right? Had to be a month or two, right?
No, or 3.
It wasn't that long.
It
It was. D was like, "Come on, get that thing out of there. I want my 2080."
Be like, I will drive. No, because I was like, I will drive up there and take that 3080.
Yeah, right. I know, right.
It,
I know.
Not now, because now it's too long of a drive. But
Yeah, right. That was when you were in Carolina. Now you're in Denver.
eh,
All right, let's spin this thing. Whoever's going to win, this is Everslot Invasion. What's it doing?
no, what are you doing to make it do
I
that?
hit spin the wheel. Is it going too slow?
No.
Can you change the speed?
No. It should be all set up and fine to go.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. You just got out of the full screen.
This is amazing. I really don't need Todd anymore.
F11 it, I think, and that'll full screen it again.
Oh, is it not
Dangerous
full
game.
screen? All right, hang on. There we go.
Oh, Jay! Look!
Oh, Jay, you're gonna win!
Oh no!
Jay
This is
wins!
like an Alex VR moment, dude. That we're
Did it
not
again.
giving away.
Jay, welcome.
Okay, now
Oh.
I'm gonna give away my code by spinning the wheel again.
There you go.
This is now my giveaway.
All right, this is Jay's giveaway. Jay is giving away a T2 Everslot Invasion. Thanks, Jay.
You're very welcome.
Thanks,
Hey,
Jay.
what can I
Thanks,
say?
Guido, for giving it to Jay so Jay could give it away to
Tech?
Is it Techno Glitch or Warmark?
Techno glitch.
He is the
Congrats.
luckiest guy ever, right? He really is.
See, I
He's,
can
like,
do
so
the
lucky.
soundboard. with
Yeah,
the techno,
heck
but
yeah.
that's wrong show. But still,
I love it. Awesome. That was fun. I should do this from now on. I like spinning the wheel. It's fun.
See,
Usually I'm like struggling to see it. I got it on my big screen.
that is why Dee gave you the link for the wheel
I
instead
know.
of sharing it on her screen.
Yeah, I know. I like this way better, D. Way
Yeah,
better.
see? You did it.
All right. So let me. All right. Now I got to get the stuff off of my screen so I can see what's going on. There we go. All right. So all right, let's move on a little bit. D, let's talk about some PlayStation stuff that happened yesterday. I haven't gotten D's thoughts on the or Jay really on this. The PlayStation Showcase happened yesterday. We did see 5 games. I called it yesterday in the pre-show. I said everybody guessed on games, and there was 2, there was 3, there was 5, there was 6, and I called 5. It did hit on 5, which I got lucky there. Really, it could have been anything. Nobody really knew. It was a complete guess. Let me go over first. Let me go over first what was shown in the February showcase. In February, we saw Before Your Eyes, Humanity, Green Hell, Foglands, Synapse, and Journey to Foundation. Those were the 6 VR games. On this showcase, we got Resident Evil 4 with some new in-game footage. We got Arizona Sunshine, which is a brand new announcement. That was great. Arizona Sunshine 2 on PSVR 2. We got a live. We had a video of a trailer video of Crossfire Sierra Squad. We knew that was coming, but it looked amazing. We got another trailer for Synapse, a new trailer for Synapse, which again was shown in February, but it's going to show again in this one. And then we got the announcement that Beat Saber is here and you can go buy it now. So that was the 5 VR games. They waited till almost to the end. They did show them all in one block without kind of peppering them in and out. But they showed them all at one block at the end. Before we start commenting, let me just say this is what we guessed last week, D. Remember, we all put guesses out there. Me, you, Wes.
Right.
Wes guessed that we would see either Stormland or Twisted Metal. Good guesses. Like I really had a thought that maybe Twisted Metal would have a shot. Stormland was probably like more of a hope, I think, for Wes.
Right.
D said Destiny VR. I really
and I was half right, dude. I was having a mini effing freaking coronary when it came up, and I'm like, oh my god, this is it. This is it. This is it. Oh my god, I've been waiting for this. Oh my god.
I was saying it live. I'm like,
half
this is Bungie. This is Bungie. It's coming. But
I was
no.
half right. I was half
Todd
right.
said Pixel Rip 78, which was a good guess because we played it actually at GDC. You know, we played it there, and they had Arvory had a room there, a suite, and they were actually showing it on the PlayStation VR 2. That's how we demoed it. So it was a great guess. Like I really thought we would have saw it there. It would people would have saw it on there for the first time. Would have been cool. But no, that wasn't it. I guessed, which I was completely safe. This was not a good guess on my part because it was too safe. I said RE4, which they did show RE4. But you had to figure they were going to show RE4. So nothing. We didn't get anything what we really thought we were going to get. I guess is to say, let me do this first, Jay. Do you have a PlayStation VR 2? Are you a big PlayStation VR 2 fan? And what did you think of this show? Yeah, there it is.
2 PlayStation VR 2s.
Wow.
Because I pre-ordered one, and then like a week before launch, Sony reached out to me offering me one.
Jesus.
Like, well, after I'd pre-ordered, I'd bought games already, everything. I was actually there at the beginning of your showcase, but funny thing, I was about to do a podcast with the developers from Hello Neighbor, and I had to leave like a half hour in, and there still hadn't been a PSVR 2 announcement. I was like, is there going to be nothing? And I left to go do the podcast. I watched the rest of it last night, and some of my dreams came true. One, I don't know if you want to get into this yet. Do you want to wait on the games? You want to?
Yeah, let's hold on the games.
Yeah,
Just give us your overall.
A couple dreams came true, I'll say that, and some surprises. So still, obviously, not as much as I would have loved, but 5 games was more than I thought. I kind of thought it would be like 3. So yeah, I was okay with it for sure.
Yeah. A lot of people said 3, like with us yesterday. I think Creeper Better said 3. I think Alex might have said 3. Wes, I think, was saying 3 to 5, something like that. So I think you were right around thinking that. I think everybody was thinking about the same thing. D, how about you? What was your hype going into it, and what was your hype level after it?
Well, hopes and dreams. But I got part of what I wanted in Destiny without the VR portion.
Yeah, you got some flat Destiny, a new DLC for Destiny too, right?
Right. But with that final thing coming up, what's that next step? Is that going to lead to VR? But no, I'm a flat gamer too, so I got excited about some of the other flat, things that I saw. Oh my god, the Metal Gear.
I'm a huge I love Snake. I love that. Metal Gear Snake Eater was awesome. I mean, I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. I grew up on Metal Gear.
Right.
Probably one of my all-time favorite franchises. Yeah, I was super pumped about that. Would have been amazing if they had it in VR, but
Right.
I'll take it. I'll take it flat.
Yeah, but the one game besides Destiny that really caught my attention was that Phantom Blade.
Phantom Blade. That was the one that was like a samurai. And like he was doing all that kind of slashing, and that did look cool. And some of the cinematic like movement in that game and in that gameplay that they showed looked really cool.
Fluid, dude. Oh my god.
There was a couple flat games in there. I'm like, looks cool, but there was a lot. It was like,
Yeah.
It was like okay. I was like, okay. Jay, are you a flat gamer at all?
Very rarely. There'll be a game that'll pull me in, and I'm not gonna lie, for like the last 2 weeks now, Tears of the Kingdom has had me not in my headset as much as normal. And when Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out, I might fall out of VR for a little bit, but for the most part, it's only those certain titles that take me in. I don't play just anything flat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a flat fan. Well, it's not true. I'm a flat excuse me, I'm a flat gaming fan. I love flat games. I'll play them. The problem is time-wise, I just don't have a ton of time to do them. I recently just bought a Steam Deck, but I don't plan to really play it flat. I plan to play it. I have the Rokid Max, AR glasses, and I plan to play it in those. But I don't like. I'll play Returnal flat. I don't have a problem with it. It's just that if I have limited time, I prefer to be playing a VR game than a flat game. That's all. But I've had a lot of fun in flat games over the years. I was a huge Escape from Tarkov fan. I played that for religiously for over a year.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but you know what Wes said in chat during our talk about Metal Gear Solid? You know who else is a snake eater?
Oh, I need the freaking drop, man. All right, I'm gonna do it. Ready? My mom. All right. Yeah, that one's not working for some reason. That one doesn't want to record. All right, maybe next time. I'm just gonna keep doing this
We all
one.
know
Beat Saber
giggling.
sucks.
Come on.
Oh man, I need the my mom dropper. It just doesn't work. It doesn't sound good. D, I gotta help me out here. Cass, send me the my mom drop, will you? I use task like anything I need. I'm like, I like task it. What's up, Z Storm Gaming? How you doing, man? He says we're floating around above his head while he's watching us while he's in Grim. Have you guys heard of Grim? Jay or D?
No.
So Grim
No.
is a project of one of the developers of Ghosts of Tabor, and Grim is basically Rust in VR, and he has a working build
Nice.
that apparently is really really good. And I saw like Short Stacks and Z Storm have been and a few others, Soul BC and a few others have been streaming it. It looks pretty cool. So Grim, keep an eye out for Grim.
Cool.
Yeah. Who doesn't want Rust in VR? I mean, really.
Wasn't that who said that's how real people solve their conflicts one-on-one?
Yeah, hell yeah. I love it. I love all these kind of games. Like you give me Tarkov in VR, you give me DayZ in VR, you give me, Rust in VR. I'm all for it, man. I want these games. Like again, I mean, I'm not like I don't turn my nose up at flat gaming, but I just don't have time for it. So if you can give me that game that I love playing, but give it to me in VR, I have hundreds of hours in Ghost of Tabor already. Literally, I have to look. I'll look on Steam. I probably have 250 hours, 300 hours in Ghost of Tabor. It's got me hooked now. I can't get out of it. So, Jay, have you had a game like that besides Beat Saber that you just like kept going back to and back to and back to?
Oh, I think for like 2 weeks it was a struggle to keep the uploads going because Into the Radius
Oh,
just
that's a
stole
good
me.
one. Yeah.
That one just dragged me in. I was loving it. The brutal realism, but yet it was rewarding with what you found, the realistic gun mechanics. And now that we just heard they're making a sequel is in development.
Yeah.
I am stoked. That game was it was so much more than I expected to. Like I went into that not thinking it'd be much, and I had a blast playing it. It might have even been an addiction. I'm not even sure it was fun. I might have had a problem.
That game is
Yeah,
that game is daunting to me. Like I love that game, but every time I get in there, I'm like, wow, this is gonna like eat a lot of my time, and like I always just kind of nope out of it. But I would love to spend more time in there.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you got to put in the time. I feel like that about Ghost of Tabor, though. I mean, I played it some to get a feel for it and see what it was like, but it's kind of the same thing where I'm like, oh man, is this going to be the next Into the Radius if I get going on this? Like, I got to be careful. I got things to do.
You played it like super early on. Like I remember you playing it at our B&B in Florida, like literally before the launch party. Like I'm gonna get in. I want to play right now, and you got in. You were like being a trooper and playing it like in a super early stage. So it was like, it's super janky, but yeah. Oh, nice. Task just sent me my mom drop.
No, we got it.
I got to figure out how to get it in my Go XLR. All right, we're good to go.
Don't break the show, man.
While we're on the show, I got to figure out how to do this. I'll figure it out. All right, let's so let's get back into the PlayStation stuff. Let's go over the games real quick. So RE4 looked pretty damn amazing. I mean, the footage we did see looks like we saw some in-game gameplay eventually. Finally, I mean, they basically just been teasing that a VR mode is coming to Resident Evil 4. And now they showed a little bit of gameplay. And then I didn't see this yesterday, but I was reading Upload today before the show, and they actually said that it's confirmed that it's not just a mode. You will be able to play the entire campaign of RE4 in VR. So I don't understand. Before I get your guys' takes on that and how excited you were, I don't understand why they put mode in front of these things because it confuses people. As soon as I see mode, I'm like, uh-oh, what does that mean? Like, what am I getting? If it's the whole campaign, why do you put mode in there? Like, don't put. It's like they're apologizing for VR and they have to put mode on it so it doesn't piss off the flat gamers. You know what I mean?
That's true though. There's still some of that hate even this far into the game. But yeah, we were all worried when it said mode. It was going to be like Mercenaries or just some little go in and stare at them like the Lara Croft DL's VR thing back in the day. But whole story, this was my dream come true. Resident Evil 4 was one of my all-time favorite games my whole life. That, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Ocarina of Time, Mario 64. Like, those are some of my top titles of my life. And now 2 of them are coming to VR. Resident Evil 4 came on Quest, but when I heard for an instant, I was playing on Quest, I heard that might come in the remake. I stopped playing. I was like, I'm gonna wait and see, and I'm so happy I did.
Yeah, I was super excited. I'm same as you. Like Resident Evil 4 is probably one of my all-time favorite games. I remember actually going out and buying a GameCube just to play this game because when it originally launched, Resident Evil 4, it wasn't on any other platform immediately. It was just on the GameCube. It was a GameCube release exclusive, and I wasn't really into a game, Nintendo at the time. So I literally had to go out and just buy a GameCube for that game. And I think I've played it now because I did play it on Quest. I think I played it on 5 different consoles all the way through. I love that game. D, how about you? I know you're not a huge fan of horror and VR, but you are a Resident Evil fan. Did this look freaking amazing to you or what?
It does look good. And I mean, I played Village for all of like 4 hours. I'm still gonna do it, but I can't stream it, dude. I can't.
D recently started streaming on Twitch, and for her, was it your first live stream ever, D? So her first live stream ever, she gets like extremely brave and decides to do Resident Evil 8.
Dude, you guys would not let me live it freaking down if I didn't.
Well, semantics. Yeah, she might have been goaded into it, but you literally, yeah, I mean, I only saw 25 seconds of it because I didn't make it live. I was busy. I came back to watch it, and there was one clip, 25 seconds, but the whole 25 seconds was D going, nope, I'm out. As a little werewolf for chasing her in the beginning.
Yep.
But it was funny.
Yeah. No, I'm not that big of a fan of horror, but I appreciate a good-looking game and great gameplay, so I'll suffer, just maybe not on camera.
Yeah, no, I hear you. And then a game like that is hard to stream too because it's not just all action too. There's puzzles in it. You can get lost easy in there. It has a map that you're kind of going all over the place and trying to figure out where to go. So
the last time I streamed it, I'm walking back and forth with like in that crawl space or the dungeon, whatever the hell you want to call it, that freakiest place. It scared the shit out of me. And I just walking back and forth looking for this, can't find nothing. I'm like, oh, spend an hour and a half. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm good. See y'all next time. Bye.
Hey, shout out to Mr. Tasselhoff. He has been a YouTube. Well, number one, he's one of our patrons in our patronage. Thank you for doing that. But he's also a channel member, and he's been a channel member for 13 months, dude. Thank you so much for being a part of the Q2C family and being a YouTube channel member. And he said, let's make an official shout out, sub Jay Bratt, and he dropped your YouTube, and VR Val, and dropped Val's YouTube, and then he followed up and dropped D's Twitch in the chat.
Yeah.
Good job, Tass. Way to go, dude. Wes says you got to go back, D. You got to go back in there. You know what to do.
I will, but like I said, I just don't know if I can stream it. I might record it and then do clips or something, maybe, of the good parts where people are going to appreciate me screaming my head off and then being scared, but I don't know if I can stream it, man.
I'm with you. I hear you, D. I hear you. Jay, were you a fan of Resident Evil 8 on PSVR 2? Did you play it?
I haven't played through it yet, but it looked gorgeous. I still actually, I hate to say this, but I need to finish 7 in VR.
Really?
I got to a point, I never get motion sick in VR, like ever. It feels like I can do anything. And 7 like messed with me. I was at the point where you're like spinning around chainsaw. I don't want spoilers, but like I was at that point and I kept spinning, trying to beat this boss. And I got out and I was like, wow, I don't feel good. And I had a hard time going back to the game after. I even considered playing the rest flat, but I got an 8 because I had to see how does it look on PSVR 2? What has it got? And even just the little bit I played, I was like, wow, this looks gorgeous. And I'm that much more excited for RE4 now because of that.
Yeah, and you know what it is, and it's way better on the PlayStation VR 2. I don't get motion sick either, so it's tough for me to judge. But I don't think you would have any motion sick. I'm probably halfway through that game. I haven't even finished it myself, but I'm probably halfway through, and I don't remember any spots where I was like, that might make people feel uncomfortable. But it is tough for me to say because I don't normally get sick either. You're probably the same way. I think D's the same way. Like I'm like the worst judge to tell people normally what it is, but usually if I can feel a little something, I can say it. But I didn't feel anything like that here at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7 was like the
Yeah.
tester. If you wanted to know if you could get sick still, 7 on PSVR 1 was how you found out. It made people sick who had never been sick.
I would say the tester is Mission ISS on Quest. You go into that thing, that is a puke fest. You get through that, you got your VR legs. You go into that 5 minutes a day for a week, and guarantee by the end of it, you'll have your VR legs. Because anything else would be a piece of cake. That game got me sick. I'm like,
Dude,
Oh,
my
no.
mistake when I first got my headset, I'm like, okay, checking out, the, homepage and all that. Oh, look, there's VR videos and stuff like that. My dumbass dude
yeah.
pulls up like a fighter jet. I'm like, oh, I had to sit down, D.
Yep. Let me say hello to a couple people that jumped in the chat here. Substatica has jumped in, and Jasmine is here. Says hi, everybody.
Jasmine's
Did you
here.
see Jazz's new show last night?
I saw it on on Twitter that they'd started. I haven't seen the episode yet.
It was really good. I mean, literally for a first, like we were talking about this now, and also want to say too, I want to talk about you. You do a great podcast too, the Full Dive Gaming Podcast. I don't know if enough people really know that. You do a really good job with that one, and I love it. And I think I told you when I met, like I listened to that podcast like when it came out. Like I've always been a podcast fan. I listened to Virtual Strangers way back. I was an F Reality fan, and I found Full Dive Gaming Podcast a long time ago when it was you and Rip and Adam, and it was just you, Rip, and Adam at first, right?
Destiny,
right
was there
right
half the time.
right.
She was always supposed to be.
She was
there,
always
but
at some.
Yeah,
It was like
wasn't
always
always
joke in
there.
the beginning. See, she was at some concert, or whoever was gone was at some concert. Who was it? Yeah, the Jonas Brothers concert. Yeah. So literally, I remember way back then. But it was a great podcast, and now you've kind of like morphed, and that is like your podcast now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it went through a whole bunch of stuff. The original producer kind of fell off, and then it got bought, and then some of us they wanted us on, and it's been through a lot of transformation. But now we do it. We don't do it live. We just do it and record it. It's got a lot of audio listeners. Some people show up for the YouTube, but it's definitely about the audio side for that podcast, and it's fun. My wife Nat is on it. Yeah, we've had all kinds of different hosts and guests. We literally just had the Hello Neighbor Devs video came out today for launch day. Yeah, it's fun. It's a different side of it because it's a lot more chill. It's long form, so you're talking a lot. It's not like the YouTube videos that are snappy and quick and you're reviewing stuff or you're talking about stuff. It's a very sit back and listen podcast.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a lot of fun. And Nat is in chat. What's going on? She says full dive. Whoop, whoop. Hell yeah.
She's probably like 10 feet in that direction.
Nice. Have her come down and say hi to everybody.
You heard it, Nat.
Yeah, sure, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's really good. And I just wanted to, I didn't want to get off track with Jasmine. Both Jasmines did an amazing job. And, you know how hard it is to do a podcast. And I told Jasmine this morning, I said, you did really good for your first ever. Jasmine's been on podcasts, but it's a different hosting a podcast than it is being on a podcast. And I said, you did really good for doing your first ever podcast. I said, and because she was kind of like, I don't know, how did I do? Did I do okay? I said, go back and watch my first podcast, or go back and watch Virtual Stream. Go back and watch Wes and Roots do their first podcast. Holy moly. My first podcast, I'm like, I really think about sometimes taking them down. They're so bad.
No.
But I thought she did a really good job. I said, Jazz, I said you really seemed a little nervous in the beginning when you did your opening, but as soon as she got into topics, and her and Adam kind of played back and forth off each other about what they were talking about, and it was really good. It was a really good podcast, and I'm going to be looking forward to this one every month now. All right, let's go to all right, let's talk about another game. Arizona Sunshine 2. I am a big Arizona Sunshine fan. I've played through this game completely. I've played through it on Quest. I've played through it on Steam. I've played the DLC. This is an original game. This is one of the best-selling VR games of all time. And Skiba will tell you, because he knows, it is probably the best-selling game in location-based VR places. And it still is today. Like, if you go to most VR arcades today, they still have Arizona Sunshine, and it's still the most played game in VR arcades. So this is kind of a big deal to have Arizona Sunshine 2 shown here. Number one, Jay, I'll go to you first. Did you know it was coming? You can tell us. And if you did,
I had no idea, honestly. I've never been in tight with, but I have played Arizona Sunshine so many ways. And I gotta say, Eric, you named so many ways, but you haven't played it the best way. Did you never play it on PSVR
I
with the aim
didn't. No,
controller? Because that was the best way to
no,
play
that
that
is a good
game.
point.
It was
I
so
should
good
have
that way.
too.
The
Yeah.
two-handed weapons, you have the analog sticks because the PSVR didn't have those. That was the best way to play that game. I
That
loved
is
it
a
that
great,
way.
and I have it too. And I have never gotten in and played it. I have an aim controller, and I absolutely love the aim controller. I thought it was one of the best peripherals ever made. And you're right. I could go back
Mhm.
now and play it, but I don't think I will. But I could do it. I could do it. Yeah.
Speed run live
But so
stream.
I meant, so you were a fan then. So you're a big fan of Arizona Sun. So did
Yes.
this you said earlier there was a couple things that like hit your wish list or what you were, was this one of those games?
It actually wasn't because I had no idea this was coming. Resident
Yeah.
Evil 4 was my wish list. And then we'll get to Beat Saber, but I do gotta say, one of the reasons that the arcades, the top game is still Arizona Sunshine, is because Beat Saber pulled out of
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
arcades.
You know
It
why they
would be
pulled
number
out?
one.
You know why they pulled out?
Because I
We all know Beat Saber sucks.
Oh, no.
It didn't work. It didn't work for the first time. I've been messing with it trying to get the my mom drop in there. I screwed it up. But yeah, I know you're right, because as soon as Oculus bought them, they took the licenses all out of the arcades. But you're right, it probably would be Beat Saber most likely if they were still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was excited. I thought it was a good trailer. It was funny. I mean, that's one thing about Arizona Sunshine. It never took itself too seriously as a zombie shooter, which is kind of cool. Like you have the serious ones. You have Saints and Sinners, which is amazing. And you have Propagation, which is a very serious zombie
So good.
shooter. But this one is like a fun zombie shooter that is still as scary as shit. But it's great combat. It's got great weapon play. It was co-op. I don't know if this one, they didn't say if this one's going to be co-op, but the other one was co-op. And D, have you played through Arizona Sunshine, or played or tried it at least, or
No,
were you
I
excited
haven't
for it?
finished it,
Okay.
but I have played through a good portion of it, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah. It's a
Nice.
shooter. I love my shooters, man.
Who doesn't, right? I know. It looks good too. Like I don't know if we saw any in-game footage there. We did see some it looked like gameplay, but I couldn't
Right.
tell if that was in-game footage gameplay or if it was like CGI rendered.
My-
So we'll see.
My favorite part about that trailer was when they took the
mouth?
decapitated head and was like, blah, 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 blah.
And playing with the mouth.
That
It
was great, man. I did love that too. I thought, look, I had problems with this PlayStation showcase, which we'll get into, but this was not one of them. I was really happy to see this game. I freaked out when they showed it on screen, and this is how they showed it too. RE4, then into Arizona Sunshine. I think that's the order it was, if I remember correctly. So I thought it was getting off to an amazing start, and then we went into Crossfire Sierra Squad. Now Crossfire Sierra Squad, I have said previously, which I tried this game at GDC. It's amazing. Completely blew me away. This is still now my most anticipated game that I know is coming. That's how good this game is. But it didn't blow me away yesterday. You wonder why? Because I already knew it was coming and I've already played it. Like I'm at this point, I'm like, okay, I just saw RE4, which is great, but I already knew that was coming. You gave me Arizona Sunshine, was great, but now you went back to another game that has already been announced that now, I've already played. I'm super excited for it, but I can't get any more excited than I already am. Like, this is not like putting me over the top. It looks cool. It looks great, but it looked great the last time you showed me.
But you know what else though? Not a single trailer or announcement gave a specific date. It's just like summer 2023, fall.
I think just
whatever.
one. I think one did, and that was Synapse, gave July 4th. That was it.
Oh.
You're right. On everything else, I think one of them said 2023. That was it. Like maybe it was it? It might have been Arizona Sunshine said 2023, but I don't think they gave anything more than that. But yeah, you're right. Synapse was the only other one. But Crossfire Sierra Squad, Jay, did you play it when you were in GDC? I know you were busy there doing stuff, but did you get a chance to go demo it?
I got like a quick minute in. It wasn't very much. I was there when Soul Fox fully played through it, but we had to go to a meeting, so I only jumped in for a second. He really loved it. I thought it seemed really cool. I do like shooters, but sometimes I'm not always as thrilled or excited for them. But it seems like it's going to be really good. I played again briefly.
Yeah, I played a full demo of it. It was amazing, man. I loved it. It was me. It was Betty. It was Wes Dillon from Virtual Strangers. You know, and we're all huge PlayStation fans. I had a blast in there. Like literally, I came out of the headset and I was talking to it was a Korean developer team, and I was talking to them, and I was just telling them how good this game is. Like this team, this Crossfire team that's working on this game, they had made some early PlayStation VR one games that were not very well received. And this studio is mainly a flat studio, but the team that's on this has been pushing VR in the studio for a long time. And I think like for them to finally have a game that is being well received, like I literally thought that with me and Betty and Wes were telling them how good the game was, I thought they were gonna cry. Like it was like Betty was like, I think I'm gonna cry because I think they're gonna cry. And when you're talking to a developer and they are putting their heart and soul into VR when most of the company is probably like, why are we doing VR? I'm like want to celebrate them. Like I couldn't tell them enough how good this game is. And that's why I'm so excited for it, because this is kind of a passion project for this team. They kind of put themselves on a limb making this game. And we all need to make sure we support this thing and go. Everybody who has a PlayStation VR 2, go get Crossfire Sierra Squad. I've only played a demo of it, but if it's anything like the demo, it's going to be great. D, did you get any more excited for Crossfire Sierra Squad with the trailer? It's an arcade.
Because...
You know, remember too, it's an arcade shooter. This is not like a slow. You know, this is arcadey fun. You know, run and gun.
Right, but again, it's something that we already knew about. You know, how much more excited can I honestly get? You know,
Yeah.
I'm already interested in it. It would take something pretty big to kind of get me like, oh, now I can't wait for this to come out. But I'm still gonna get it. I'm still gonna play it. But am I more hyped for it after that?
Exactly for me. This is why the showcase started to let me down. It's like with any showcase. This is a showcase. Don't show me games I already know. Unless you're showing me something. Unless you've never shown me anything before. Unless you're Behemoth. Like nobody knows what Behemoth is because all they've shown is like Behemoth, the name, you know, or maybe a quick like CGI. You know, unless you're going to show me that would get me excited. But if you already show me, you know, basically I already know what the game is. I already know what the gameplay is going to be like, and then you show it to me again. And then maybe you show it to me again, like they did with Synapse. Then I'm like, guys, and that was I think that was the next. No, was it the next one? Yeah, that was the next one, Synapse. Now we're our fourth game into the showcase. You know, we all got to be thinking the same thing. This is our fourth game. How many more are we going to get? And they're showing us a game that we've already known about again. Now I'm extremely excited for Synapse. I think it looks freaking amazing. I love In Dreams. Jay, Synapse, is it like it looks like Fracked?
It looks, I mean, it looks like a better version of I gotta play the other side here really quick though. Like you're saying you knew this game and that game. You're an industry insider, so we got to keep that in mind, because there were games, even as involved in VR as I am, I didn't know all these games were coming, or I hadn't seen more footage. Or Resident Evil 4, we knew it was a mode, and then it confirmed to me that's the storyline. So I don't think everyone would feel that way. And I think for me, it delivered, because Synapse, I actually hadn't caught that it was coming before, and it looked good. Like I saw that and I was like, ooh, this is like a psychological action game. You're going into someone's mind. This is like that old movie, The Cell, but you're like fighting in there. And I was into it. If I had heard about the other one at the other PlayStation showcase, maybe I would have been less excited, but I was pretty into these titles when I got to them.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right, 100%. I'm a little jaded, and I think we probably all are a little jaded just because we get to see stuff and we're like on top of it so much. So if you're just a normal consumer, maybe you didn't see the first showcase, you know, back in February. Maybe you missed it and you didn't see the trailer for Synapse and you didn't know it was coming, and you saw this and you're like, holy crap, this looks amazing. But if you did and you see it again, then you're like, okay. And again, it wasn't like I was unhappy to see it. Like if it was in context of where if you gave me 3 games I already know are coming, but you still give me 4 games I don't, then I'm over the moon excited to see it. The game looks great. I love the art style, the black and white with the color, with the variation of color that's in here. The way they're using like gunplay plus like you know, mind manipulation to move objects looks freaking amazing. I'm all in on this game. I can't wait.
Do you remember
great.
Here They Lie on
Yes.
PSVR. It looked
Yes.
like that, but with guns. It like had that aesthetic, and I was like, oh, that took me back. I was excited.
Yeah, that was that was it's one of Wes's favorite games of all time. I mean, Here They Lie. I mean, that was a super cool game. It was like, it was more like a walking sim, but it was super creepy and like
Oh yeah.
very, psychedelic kind of the deal. It's a really, really good game, but absolutely it gave me those vibes for sure the way it looks. But the gameplay itself looks amazing. D Synapse, still excited for it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And In Dreams is great, man. I love In Dreams. They're one of my favorite studios. The people that work there are amazing. Pretty much all the games they do are great. So I have a good feeling about this game. I think it's going to be amazing. But again, I was like a little okay. I'm like I was worried at this point because I'm like, what else are we going to see? Like I'm still waiting for like they're going to drop Half-Life Alyx or they're going to drop God of War VR or Destiny 3 VR. So
Those
I'm
are
still
some
waiting
high
at this point.
expectations.
I know.
Those
I
are
know.
we've been in
Or
VR long enough to
Astrobot.
know.
Give me Astrobot. I
Yes,
was like,
Astrobot. That would have been a
Right.
reasonable expectation. I feel like all those other ones, you're reaching for the stars here
Oh,
a little
no,
bit,
yeah.
and
Oh,
you've
yeah.
been in VR as long as I have. You know not to expect anything and be
Oh,
surprised
I
when
know.
you get one game,
One
let
thing.
alone
I'm
5
so
games.
I'm so bad with this stuff, Jay, because I say that to myself every time, and then I get myself all worked up, and like right before, I'm like, "Yes, I'm at like an 8 hype level. Let's go! It's gonna be huge," and then it never pays off, and I always
Wah,
do this to
wah,
myself.
wah, wah. But you
I
know what?
know.
I don't know if you know, but there's some Destiny um announcement coming August 22nd, I believe. So maybe
They're,
they're saving the next thing for that.
they're very
Beyond the
possible. I mean, the VR industry is very much a shadow drop industry. And what I mean by that is flat gaming never usually does shadow drops. VR does it all the time. Like literally freaking, Upergrad dropped like out of nowhere today on Pico. Like Pico,
Mhm.
Pico exclusive. Here's Upergrad. What else just dropped on PlayStation VR 2? A Cosmo Dread. Nobody knew Cosmo Dread was coming to PlayStation VR 2. They just dropped it. Hey, it's
Surprised.
live. Go buy it. So you will see, and it's not just older games either. It's moving to different platforms. It's new games. They'll just shadow drop them out of nowhere, and here it is. So or they'll shadow drop announce them like out of nowhere and do a blog release, and they don't need a showcase. So I do think we're going to see stuff. I'm not like giving up. Like I think it's going to be great. We're still going to have a great fall. I'm just want to see them in a showcase where we have a lot of flat gamers that we could turn into VR gamers. That's what I'm looking for. Like, there's nothing here. And here's the last one. We'll talk Beat Saber because that was the last one. Because we got into 5, and after Synapse was Beat Saber, and it was exciting because they dropped it today. But this list, there's nothing in this list. I don't think. Maybe RE4 that said to a flat gamer who's never tried VR, who's got a PlayStation 5, that said, I need to get my ass off my couch and run down to Best Buy and go get myself a PlayStation VR 2. We just didn't get that. Now, if we had gotten Astrobot, or if we had gotten, Half-Life Alyx, or if we had gotten God of War VR, give me some major IP where that person that's on the couch that probably played that game, whatever this major IP is, played it, Destiny 3 VR or Destiny VR or Uncharted VR, that has played this game a million times flat, goes, I have to play this in virtual reality.
right.
I want to go spend that $550. I just don't know if we got that yesterday.
And
Did it excite the VR community? It probably did, but did it excite the flat gamers? Probably not.
right.
See?
And I think where that, like, going off of what you just said, people have been invested in that game. Like me, Destiny, I beta tested that. I've owned it on every single platform: PlayStation, Xbox. I built my first PC around the minimum specs for it, whatnot. But maybe that conference or showcase or whatever they have in August is the place to get all those, people invested in that game onto the next stage for it.
Yeah.
I think the problem here, they've tried to do what you said with the IPs, and they played their whole hand at launch. Horizon
Right.
was a big deal. The game may not have delivered quite like we hoped, but Gran Turismo, Resident Evil 8, No Man's Sky again, but way better looking. These were major titles that were hopefully going to pull those flat gamers over. And I think they kind of used it all up right at launch. And it's still a little soon to have anything that big or that drop, especially when they just came out in stores finally. The PSVR 2, all this time, you had to buy it through Sony. So I'm hoping, like Dee's saying, maybe this fall is the time for those bigger reveals. Maybe Astrobot is going to be the holiday bundle. I don't know, but I feel like we kind of got what we were wishing for with the IPs at launch, and now we're going to have to hold out for a minute and get some of these other, more indie games, but they look great. And Resident Evil 4 is a big deal. We just knew it was coming, but that is a huge deal that it's the newest remake fully in VR. That can't be understated.
You're right. And if it hadn't been, and really seriously, if it hadn't been like leaked before or they had shown it before, and this was the first time we heard about it, it would have blown everybody away. Whether you're in virtual reality or not, it would have freaked people out. Like I would have freaked out. I guess just because I had already seen it. And like I said, I said we were going to see it last week. I'm like, we're going to see footage, and I was good with it. You know what I mean? I just wanted one. I wanted that one. Like if we had all of these titles, and then and then Astrobot or Half-Life Alyx, I am giving this game a showcase an A++. As it is with everything, I'm probably gonna, I don't know. Now that I've had a day to sit on it and look at what is actually here, like yesterday, I'm like a 5. I'm giving it a 5. But today, calming down and being a little bit more rational about things, I'll probably give it a 7 because there was some good stuff here. And you're right, you can't expect 10 games, out of VR. And I still think the launch titles that we had are still fantastic. I'm still playing my PlayStation VR 2 way more than I'm playing anything else. So, and then Beat Saber. I have to say, Jay, Queen could almost get me to play Beat Saber.
Whoa. Whoa. One more time?
Almost.
We all know Beat Saber sucks, but I could almost get in there for Queen. I'm thinking about it. Literally, Jay, are you number one? Are you a Queen fan? And literally, I think I may go play for Queen.
You know who is the biggest Queen fan in the world? Is Nat, my wife.
Really?
Absolutely loves it. Now, my history with Queen is a little different because in my house growing up, I didn't hear the classics. That stuff was evil.
Oh,
I didn't read
really?
Harry Potter. That stuff was evil. So I missed out on a lot of this, but she has taught me about Queen, and I'm excited to play the song pack. But I've got to say something about the Beat Saber drop here that's a big deal, because those of us who have been in the PSVR community a long time are going to know what I'm talking about. The fact that this came as a free upgrade to owners of the original, that is pretty huge. I fully expected to have to pay for Beat Saber again because I've paid for Beat Saber almost as many times as I've paid for Minecraft. And I've also paid for all the freaking DLCs almost as many times as I paid for the game. So to hear that my original PSVR Beat Saber was coming with the DLCs that I'd bought on it, that was a really big deal. And it felt like a turning point to me. I mean, how did that happen? Meta owns this.
I know.
It got pulled from arcades, and yet on PSVR 2, we're getting it free. Not free, but if we bought it before, we get the upgrade free. Because I paid freaking like $5 to upgrade Res Infinite, which I think is one of the most overrated PSVR games. But that's a whole other discussion.
I was to be honest, I'm going to say it too. I think you're right. Wes Dillon's going to kill me, but I am not a huge Res Infinite fan. I know Wes is like over the moon over that game. I'm just like, it's okay.
So
but but hey, can you confirm for me this? I don't know this because I have it and I just haven't went and done the upgrade yet. Is all the DLC and anything you bought you have to go buy again? I heard somebody say that.
That's supposed to, at least I only read that today. I haven't updated mine yet either, but I read today that the DLC was supposed to come too, that you had paid for before. Shout out to Upload VR if that's wrong though. So go get after them if that's wrong. But I was reading about that.
Anybody in chat know? Anybody in chat had went over and upgraded their title from PS4 to PS5 or PS5 to PSVR 1 to PSVR 2, and did your DLC transfer over? If anybody knows out there, because I've heard two different things, so I'm curious if it transferred over. Because if it doesn't transfer over, I mean, geez, do you want to go buy all that DLC over again?
Yeah, I think it's going to. I really hope so.
I mean, that's great that it's free. I love that the game is free itself, because even Thumper, you had to pay $5 for a Thumper upgrade.
A lot of them had upgrade fees, and I was surprised and disappointed at the same time.
I mean, I do like. I give Beat Saber a huge hard time, but I do like. And I said yesterday during the thing when they were showing it, I'm like, if you're gonna show Beat Saber, just drop it now. Make it available now. And all of a sudden they did. Boom. Now that's the way to do it, right? I mean, if you're going to do something like that and show a game that has been, around for a long, long time, but is finally making its debut onto that platform, make it available right then and there. People get freaked out a bit because everybody probably went over and, that really wants to do it and probably moved it over and downloaded or re-downloaded or bought it. You know what I mean? So I thought it was a good move by Beat Saber. And it goes to show you, Meta doesn't care, man. They just want to sell. They just want to sell titles. They don't care.
Well,
Right?
they've taken the industry. They cared before they owned the industry.
Mm.
And if they lose the industry now to Apple or PlayStation or anybody, they're going to care again. They'll start pulling this stuff. But for now, we're good.
D, are you a Queen fan? And are
Oh, yeah.
me and you gonna go do some multiplayer Beat Saber together? But we can't talk to each other. I'm sorry because they don't do. You can't talk in
Well,
Beat Saber.
that's fine because then I don't have to listen to. Oh God, why am I playing Beat Saber? Oh my God, why am I doing this? Yeah, no, that is absolutely fine with me as long as you play Beat Saber.
I gotta stream it. I'll have to stream it live. It'll be fun.
Please.
Can't wait. It's like Ghost to the Boar Beats.
Give me some of your history. Why are you a Beat Saber hater?
Here's my biggest thing with Beat Saber. I just wasn't. I played it. It was one of the first games I played. You know what I mean? Everybody does. I mean, everybody loves Beat Saber. It's super cool. On the original Quest, I was like, wow, this is really cool. And literally, I was like, oh, I'm done with it, and I moved on. And like, I don't know. It's just one of those titles where everybody's like Beat Saber, and I have so many people to tell me like, oh yeah, I have a Quest. I'm like, oh great, what do you play? I'm like, what are you into? And they're like, I just play Beat Saber. I'm like, that's the only thing you play? And they're like, yeah, just Beat Saber. I'm like,
it's
you're
brought so many people into
sheltered.
VR.
It has.
That's what it's done, and that's why it's all they play. But eventually, they move on. And they try other stuff, and they get into it. But for a while, Beat Saber is all you need. It's incredible how it does that.
I do hate the fact that Beat Games just has done nothing with the game. Like literally, all they do is DLC. Like I would just like they've had all this, and then Meta gave them all this money, and they bought them, and then like all they do is DLC. And like they gave us different blocks, and like I would just like to see that if they were like trying to be cutting edge and do different stuff and change things up, and then they gave us multiplayer and you can't talk in there. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, you got to be better than this. You know what I mean? You're freaking Beat Saber, but you're right. I mean, this title has brought more people into the game than any others. It's just that I hate that most people think that all VR is Beat Saber. That's probably what bothers me the most. Because it's like even like some people are like talking about Super Hot. And they're like, Super Hot is like one of the greatest games of all time. I'm like, it was okay, and it was okay like 5 years ago. Like, but to me, it doesn't even make my top 30 list anymore.
But if it's for someone that's just getting into VR, that could be their absolute favorite game, man.
No, and people talk about it all the time. Like, yeah, I love Super Hot. I play it all the time. I'm like, guys, I mean, like, you gotta move on. And there's so much good stuff out there. And like, it's like saying What the Bat is the 2022 game of the year. You know what I mean? And that's all people know. And people are like, wow, that's VR. You're gonna tell me that's VR. That's what I get for virtual reality. And I'm like, no, that's not what you get. Go play. Red Matter 2, go play Moss Book 2, go play Lone Echo, go play Half-Life Alyx, go play, there's a million other games. Go play some of go play Edge of Nowhere and tell me what
I have.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
how good is
that's
that?
I was like, dude, I told you I played that.
No, I brought that up because you just played it. I mean, that game came out in 2016. It's still, if you drop today, it's still better than half the games that come out today. Jay, Edge of Nowhere. Have you ever played that one?
I don't think I have.
It was like an original Rift game. It was an Oculus Studios game. It was played in like a third person where it was in the Arctic, and you like
a majority of it is, so you've played Horizon on PSVR 2, right? Mm-hmm. There's a lot of pickaxe climbing. So
yeah.
Now that you say that,
done in the
I don't think
person.
I played it, but I remember seeing video of it. I think because that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was done in third person, which is cool.
Right.
It's almost unheard of today. Like nobody wants to play anything third person.
Right, but I don't get that because I mean I love any game. I don't have to be the one, vision to see, I don't have to be the one person seeing it, third person, I'm absolutely fine with it if it's VR and good.
Yep.
But that game is stealthy. I did get scared a couple of times.
Oh, it's scary.
And
Samson
that
143 says Chronos VR. We talked about that the other day. That's a great game. That's another third-person game. Senua's Sacrifice, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice, another great third-person game. D, you should play that. You can do that now. I mean, that's a really, really good game. You would love that game.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're like way long in here. Let's give some more keys away, and then
right.
we'll maybe hit one more topic, and then we'll get out of here. What do you think?
All right, let me just make sure that this is up to date. It should be still. Sometimes it likes to disconnect, so let me just verify.
We'll put that wheel back. Look at how beautiful that wheel is, D.
It is.
Gorgeous.
It's because D did it.
Yeah.
I think we are. Yep, we're good.
All right, so we're gonna give away. Let's give away Firmament. Jay played Firmament, the new game that came out from Cyan Studios, the one that they made Myst and
No, but it looks gorgeous.
the Abduction. It does look beautiful. Wes has been playing it, and he absolutely loves it. This is absolutely his. If you're a puzzle fan, I think this game is for you. He says it's not as VR-y as it should be. Like your hands go through everything, unfortunately. And
well, then you got Hello Neighbor, which came out today, and the opposite. Your hands get stuck on things instead.
Oh, no.
The exact opposite problem.
We were talking about Hello Neighbor right before the show, and I'm like, Jay, I don't even know if I can give this key away because everybody. I haven't played it at all, but I'm hearing like I'm watching some people's stuff like Brian Paul from PSVR Without Parole gave it a 2 out of 10. I'm like, wow, that hurts, man. 2. Oof.
Yeah, that's a rough score. I didn't play enough of it to know, but I feel like on Quest it definitely wasn't a 2. I saw someone rated a 6 out of 10. And I felt like that was definitely more on par with the experience I had. Yeah. But you got to be a Hello Neighbor fan. They'll say you don't. You got to. You're not gonna know what the heck's going on if you aren't.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's spin this. You said we're good, right?
Yup.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. This is for Firmament. I don't have the cool Todd music either. I got to work on this. Nice, D.
PDX VR.
Oh, it Ender's VR Arcade.
Oh.
Nice.
It's too easy to call it early with this.
I know. This one goes. Ender's VR Arcade. Congratulations on that one. That was a really good one. Firmament. So just hit me up after the show. You can get me in Discord, Eric Q2C VR Gamer, or you can get me on email, mashdaddycool@gmail.com. Let's do another one back to back, guys. I want to give another key away before we go to another topic, and then we'll just kind of give a couple things away because we got tasks and stuff we got to get through too. So let's do Hello Neighbor since we just talked about it.
Oh no,
love me some. So Hello Neighbor. This is the Quest version. Oh, sorry.
Take the wheel off for a second while I update it because there's some people that popped up.
Yep, sure. I can do that. So this will be the Quest version of Hello Neighbor. I got to get in here too, Jay. I haven't had a time to play it, so.
Yeah, well, I feel like it was kind of like that or Firmament, but we had them on the podcast, so I had to play that. So
that's a cool tease. So when will we see this interview pop up for Full Dive Gaming?
Just came out actually hours ago.
Oh, it actually came out. Okay.
Yeah, it came
out.
Wow,
because I was gonna say because you normally don't do that, right? You usually take a little bit of time, like when you record and then when you're able to drop, right?
I usually don't mean to, but it happens. But today was launch day, so it had to happen.
Nice. Yeah, it was good. I'm glad. I'll have to go check it out because I'd like to see exactly what they had to say about this, and I'm very curious. Okay, let's get this thing back up here. Boom. All right, so this was for Hello Neighbor.
Big winner.
Big winner. Hello Neighbor. Jay says it's a 6 out of 10.
I said that seemed more accurate to my experience of it. Remember, I didn't play that far in.
Ollie VR Port?
Ollie VR.
Congratulations, or I'm sorry, either one, depending on how well it plays. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. So, all right. Congratulations. Ollie VR Port. You can hit me up again. Hit me up on Discord at Eric Q2C VR Gamer, or you can DM me there, or you can get me at mashdaddycool@gmail.com, and I'll get you a key before I take off to go to California.
And then where are you going after that, huh?
I'm going to Denver to hang out with D. and Roots. Yeah, we're gonna go to We're gonna go to the VRMLD. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna go see a live VR esport. How cool is that? Right? And then we're gonna do a live podcast from there, and we're gonna have like people come up and talk and hang out. It's gonna be super cool. It's gonna be a
That
lot of
actually
fun.
reminds me, off air, I need to talk to you about a VR esports tournament in the fall potentially, but it's
Cool.
very early in the thoughts. So a little sneak peek.
Yeah, that would be cool. Absolutely. Let's freaking talk, man. That sounds exciting already. I'm down. All right, what do we want to give away now? Let's do one of the tasks things. Tasks. You want to do this one task was eating a cookie, so I want to bring him in.
Good.
Caught.
All right, we're giving away Tass's cookie. You know who else? You know who else loves Tass's? You know who else loves Tass's cookie? We all know Beat Saber sucks.
Max likes my cookie. What?
Oh man! All right, Tass. What do you want? Which one do you want to give away? The Zyber, or do you want to give away your quick game?
Let's start with the quick game.
All right, this is a quick game of your choice, right? Your choice, right? Quick game of your choice. Whatever your poison. Pick your poison. Color? Can they pick their color? Or?
Yeah, they can pick color or whatever.
Wow, nice.
Custom.
So we got the new PSVR 2 test. It's in testing, so you're going to test it if you get it.
Yeah, right?
The Knuckle one, the Classic, or the Index.
Heck yeah.
Or if there's something else, well, we'll figure it out.
Oh.
Can you win your own? Could you give it to
Yes! Congratulations.
Oh, no, it's Orland Hooper. You almost won your own.
I already have Orland's address. Good to go.
Nice. There you go.
I have like every
Orland Hooper's jacked, yo.
You should just send him the J-Bar edition. Don't give him a choice.
Oh, there you go. Who doesn't love the J-Bar
there is
edition?
the J-Bar edition.
Wait a minute. How did you not keep one of the J-Bars for yourself just so you could have it to show?
I'm not printing one of those for myself. I don't.
Keep that one by your pillow. Oh, that was a funny one. All right, what else we got left to give away? We have we gave Furman, we have another we gave Hello Neighbor. Oh, we have Shadowgate, right? We have a Shadowgate key. Let's pop this Shadowgate key. Man, we're getting so much, and we got the Zyber. We're giving so much stuff away, Jay.
Did we give away both the ones the person donated for too?
No, not yet. We're gonna save that one. We'll save that the one for the last because it's such a good one. Yeah. All right, let's do the Shadowgate key. Man, this is like so many giveaways. I love it. Ooh. Brandon? Alakazam or Brandon? Oh, it's going to be close.
Alakazam.
Oh, nice call, D.
Gosh.
I know this wheel.
Dee knows her wheel.
Nice.
Dee knows her wheel in and out.
Shadowgate.
Done.
What a freaking great game. Jay, have you ever played Shadowgate?
Gosh, I feel like I haven't played that either.
Dude, I need to send you a key for
You remember
Shadowgate.
I came up under PSVR, so I've played all the weird games everyone else hasn't played. Like Farpoint, one of the best games of all time.
Jay, Farpoint could be my favorite game of all time, and not just a VR game. It could be my all-time favorite game.
Oof, so good.
Yeah, that wand, that task right there was a wand that we had made for Shadowgate. The 35th anniversary of Shadowgate. Shadowgate was a game that came out on the original Apple Macintosh as a point-and-click game. It's been ported to every platform like Nintendo and like, originals. And he put that game into VR like about a year ago. It's on the Quest and it's on Steam or on the Rift Store, actually, and on Steam too. Yeah, that was the Quest version we're giving away, by the way, to Alakazam. Awesome. Congratulations on that one. What do we have left? We have the Zyber, and then we have let's do the Zyber real quick.
You can save 20% with Mr. Tass.
Oh, you got your own affiliate link? Good for you.
Yeah, I've had an affiliate link for a while.
Zyber.
And they're the charging ones. So they got the charging on the bottom, the extended with the charging.
Jay, have you done reviews on these days, Jay? Jay's done reviews on everything.
Hey, that's probably not the ripoff. They probably both bought them from the same Chinese manufacturer.
I know how it goes.
Hijet Gaming, congratulations.
Hijet.
Dude, I love. Let me. Congratulations, Hijet Gaming. Definitely hit me up. I'll get you your key. Jay, I love your reviews. By the way, let's get into this a little bit. You do such a good job on these reviews. Couple of points I want to bring up. I loved when you did the review for oh, what was I can't remember the name of it. I have one of the stands back here. I have it's a charging dock stand. Who
High
makes it?
blocks
High
or no?
blocks.
Was it
Oh
high
my
blocks?
god, that was the
Oh
funniest
boy.
review I have ever seen because the thing was basically broken when they first sent it out. Like it would short itself out
Yep.
and so they had like these magnetic cables, right, that were supposed to connect to the controller, but the problem is if they touched anything that was metal, it completely shorted the whole thing out.
Yep. That
I
was a
love your reviews,
mess.
man.
Oh,
No, actually, my intro to Jay, he did a review on a gun stock, and it was the worst gun stock. Like it was falling apart. He was trying to put it together. He's like, "This is." He like cut at the end of the middle of the video. He's like, "I'm done. I can't." So that's when I decided to send him something, and that started it all. But
you
it
wanted
was
to run through the
hilarious.
gauntlet, man. I feel like people see those and they're like, I'm not going to send this guy
I was like,
something because they're
"Let's give it a
scared.
shot. What's gonna happen?"
But you know what? You know what the thing though is if you're proud of your product and you think it's great, I mean, having somebody
Everybody
like
does
you,
until Jay
yeah.
gets it.
But literally, I mean, like, but look, you know, I mean, some of these companies you got to know, like, wow, this is, you know, this might not be a good idea, but literally, if you're like super proud of it and you send it to Jay and he gives it like a, you know, if you put your seal of approval on it, people pretty much know it's got to be decent because you're not going. I mean, you're not going to say something's great if it's not. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you have that reputation now that you know if it's something you put your name on, then it's gonna be good.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I just always was like, I wished reviewers would go a little more. Like, if I'm gonna buy something, I kind of know what's probably good about it. I go to reviews to find out what's not good, and it doesn't mean I'm not gonna buy it, but I want to know what's not good and accept that if I buy something. So I was like, if I review stuff, I'm gonna find the things that are wrong with it. I'm gonna point it out. And that's always been the thing. And sometimes it gets really brutal, and sometimes I get some really nasty emails from people but we have a good time with it, you know. It's all fun. I think it's lighthearted. Sometimes I get irritated during them and you can see it because like I just hate when I can tell a company's trying to rip people off. And that's when I really trash a product is because like
Yep.
this thing is a piece of crap. They know it's a piece of crap and they're just trying to take your money. And then it like gets under my skin. It makes me angry. And that's probably when the reviews get a little more heated than most of them would. But I mean, there's been times where I've torn up a product and the company has turned around and sent me a better model that they improved. And those are the companies I have the best relationships with, is the ones that there was something I was
Take
like,
the
hey,
time.
fix
Yeah.
this.
Right,
But
and they
yeah,
fixed it. Yeah,
the ones that
and I
don't.
think
And
Hitblocks was kind of like that too. Didn't they go through and they fix that charging stand? Like I have the old models, they still do the same thing, but I think the new ones actually they fixed it because I think they probably saw that and they probably worked on it. You know what I mean? So, but I
yeah.
love it. Where did you come up with like I need to open every box with this 20-foot long katana? This is the funniest thing ever. I love it.
Well, it was funny because one of the first unboxing videos I ever did, I just had grabbed a kind of big knife from my kitchen. And I was like, always have a small, sharp knife. And I pull up this, like, it's like a butcher knife. It wasn't ridiculously huge. But over time, it just kept becoming this meme where I kept finding bigger and bigger stuff. And then people started sending me stuff or giving me stuff to use to unbox. And so that sword that I'm using now was sent to me. It showed up in the mail at the P.O. box randomly. It was like, here's this sword. So now I'm unboxing things with a sword. And it's a meme, it's a joke, but it's getting harder and harder to open the boxes.
Hey Jay,
the
you know
sword's
the
so big.
next box I'm sending you is like wrapped in duct tape. Like the whole box is going to be wrapped in duct tape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
right?
gonna throw it in the air and just try to slice right through whatever it is. Yeah,
Oh, I love it.
it's getting harder to cut things too because people are putting more tape on the boxes. But yeah, that's like one of the oldest jokes on the channel is that knife because it just kept getting more ridiculous over time.
I love it, man. Some of your unboxings are the best. I love your review videos. I remember watching the one where you got somebody sent you the new like it was a camera that's like on a movable gimbal or something where it was
Yeah.
it was on like tracks and it slid and I remember watching that one and that was super detailed. I mean, I don't know, you've got so many. I mean, some great like content creator like PR boxes that you've done openings for. Like you did one
Got him
for
behind him.
yeah, you did one for Last
A
Worker
lot
that
of
was
this
really,
stuff, yeah.
really good. Yeah, I mean, you do really, really great stuff with that. I mean, when did you decide that like I want to start doing like products and stuff like that?
I mean, that was from the start. Like when I first started the channel, I was a big fan of like Unbox Therapy and Linus Tech Tips. Like that was something
Mhm.
I liked VR. And so I was like part of the VR channel. I want to like talk about these products because especially when it came to like the Quest 2, that thing needed so much to help it be comfortable. If any of you out there are still rocking a stock strap on yours, get an aftermarket strap like a Bobo VR or a Kiwi Elite, and it's going to change your life. I'm telling you, can spend so much more time in that headset when you have a better head strap. And so that was always a part of it. And for a long time, it just kind of snowballed. Like it wasn't supposed to be the only thing, but so many companies were sending so many products. There was days where I was going to PO Box and there'd be 5 or 6 packages in there at once. And so it was like, I got to just keep rocking these. And it was really hot for a while. And lately I've done a little less because Quest 2 is kind of feels like it's coming to the end of its life. And I feel like I've kind of found all the best stuff. Like nothing coming out excites me anymore, but I still accept a couple things now here and again to try out. Kiwi just asked about their clip-on headphones, so I'll compare those to the Bobos and stuff too. But I definitely think if Quest 3 comes out and it's the same, we're in the same boat of discomfort, we'll be doing a lot more reviews again because people need them. They need to know what they're buying ahead of time.
Yeah, and I think there'll always be aftermarket, even if we grab this thing out of the box and go, wow, this is really comfortable. You'll always find something, and somebody will always make something better. And I see that Bobo was teasing yesterday, some new PSVR 2 stuff, kind of like it's coming in June, so they have some new stuff coming, and they have done really well. And I think there are so many companies out there that it is quite a service when you're trying to figure out what I want to spend my money on. And it's something that we tried to do early on too, was we had so many people asking us like, what's good and what's bad and like, what should I buy? And, it's tough to decide when you're just looking at it from Amazon, you know what I mean? If anything's good or bad, and you can't always rely on Amazon reviews, by the way.
No.
I always want to go to somebody like literally when I go to buy anything, I go to YouTube and I just search it and I'll watch 10 videos on it. Like I mean, even if it's $100, like I literally just went and bought some new RAM for my computer, and I went and watched like 5 videos on like what is the best RAM for me to buy right now for the money that I'm spending, and I do that for everything I buy. So to be able to go and watch somebody you trust and like go, okay, can I get that? Is it decent and is it going to last? And I like to see that you rock the things that you put, like you keep them, like the ones that you really like is what you keep on your headset and what you use.
Yeah, it's been like a slow evolution of the headset itself over time. It's got the TAS ears on it. It's got a lot of Bobo VR. It's got the Jay Bratt edition Opica grips, which you can't get those. That was a limited run. But yeah, it's kind of at the top of its game now, though. I haven't seen anything in a while. It's been like, that is something that I need to try. It's just if something comes in, I feel like trying it, I'll try it. But we've kind of peaked, I feel like, with Quest 2 accessories. And the big question is, are some of them going to work on the Quest 3? I've seen that a couple times in chat. And I've got to say, I feel like looking at the leaks, controller ones, that I feel like there's a likelihood that some of them will work just like the Quest Pro did, but I feel like maybe some head straps, because the way it looks like it's using the same design. I don't think snap-on ones are going to work exactly the same, but ones that slide on like the Bobo VR just might work and not block that USB port if those leaks are final, of course. So we'll see.
Yeah, I still don't know what the hell the controllers are going to be. I'm hopeful that the controllers are going to be more like the Quest Pro controllers, but we know how expensive those are. I think we're probably going to get somewhere in the middle, a hybrid between the two. But yeah, I'm interested to see. To me, I know there's a lot of people out there like I just bought my Quest 2. I do not want to see a new headset, you know what I mean? Or they don't want to see the Quest 2 sunsetted, which I don't think it will be for a while. But to me, I need
for how long?
Yeah, we need new hardware,
Not
guys.
that long.
Literally, we need new hardware, especially for Quest, and that's why I'm so freaking excited for this next showcase. And again, I'm trying to temper my expectations, but I really want Meta. I just hope I want Meta to blow this out of the water. Like I am a fan of PlayStation VR 2, but I'm a huge fan of Meta VR, and I want them to do really well. I want them to have some really great games for everybody to play. There are a lot of people that can't play PlayStation VR 2 and don't have a PC. Meta is, Meta standalone Quest 2 or Quest 3 is going to be the only way they get to experience VR. And I want them to get the best experience. So I want to see this next showcase really blow it out of the water. So I'm hopeful.
I just want more FOV. I just get rid of some of the goggle. Give me some wider vision.
That's a lot to hope for. I feel like that's the one thing we keep not getting with any headset. Eric, you're an industry insider. You telling me you don't know anything about this Meta showcase? You don't know anything that's coming?
Look, I know we both know. I know we both know, but we can't say anything. Stop it. You're gonna
I
get
know
us,
that you
you're gonna
know
get
that
both of us
he
in
I know
trouble.
that you both know, and you're not telling me.
You're gonna get both of us in trouble. Good night, everybody.
I never know anything. I barely knew the
Uh,
PlayStation titles were coming. Come on, but I have a feeling
I
Eric
had
knows
I
more than
have
he's letting
no
on.
I have no I have no knowledge of PlayStation at all. Like PlayStation's super tight, and they're not into VR enough to like give any of the industry insiders like any information. Like I know a little bit because we port some titles to PlayStation, VR titles, but literally nothing like that. But yeah, I mean yeah. I'm still hopeful. We'll just put it that way. I'm excited for this next one. I mean, I'm very excited. All right, let's spin this last thing. What are we giving away here now? This is for the last ever slot invasion key, I think. Let's pop that up. And we'll do that. And while that's spinning, Jay, let's just tell everybody where they can go find you, find Full Dive Gaming Podcast, and we'll see if Task can pop some links in there.
Yeah, Jay Bratt, name right here. It's the name on the wall. It's the name on my shirt. Obviously, YouTube is my main spot, but I'm on everything else to a degree: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and then Full Dive Gaming Podcast is our VR podcast. It's pretty separate from my channel, but you can find that Audible, Spotify, here on YouTube, a little bit everywhere. And who won?
Let's go.
Let's go. I thought it was saying that as a thing.
Let's
Let's
it looks
go.
like is it let's go or let's goo?
Let's go. Maybe that's another your mom thing.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Oh man.
That would be awesome. Well, congratulations, Let's Go. Awesome. Congratulations on that amazing key. And I've heard some things about Everslot. Again, I haven't actually played it myself. I have played the demo at Gamescom last year, but I haven't played the new version. Maybe I'll try and get in there tonight a little bit. I have been playing a game that's coming out on Quest soon. I got early access to it, and it's gonna blow you guys away. It's freaking amazing. I'll just tease that it's a game that has been released on Steam on PC VR, and I don't know how they freaking got it to work on the Quest. Let's put it that way. That good. I'm excited. More news to come. Jay, thanks for coming here, man, and doing this. Can you come every week in place of Todd?
Just replace Todd. I'll do this. I'll do Full Dive. I'll just be on.
You'll be doing all. Hey, I do 4 podcasts. What's the difference?
Whew,
Me,
that's
you,
a
D. We'll bring Tass in every once in a while.
That's because you're crazy, Mash.
I am crazy.
lot.
I'm crazy. You know what happens to me? I'm like, yeah, okay. Everybody asks me. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'm like, okay. I remember I did like 6 podcasts one week, and like Sebastian asked me to come to MRTV, and I'm like, yeah, okay. My wife's like, that's like Saturday afternoon, and you've been doing 5 podcasts already. I'm like, I don't know. I can't say no.
Making stuff in 3D. People are like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
right?
Can you make that? Sure, I got time.
I love it. I love it. It's so funny. Anytime I have these like thoughts at 4 a.m, I'm like, man, I want one of those. Like, Task, can you make me a PlayStation VR 2 quick game? Oh man. Like one, it was like with the wands. Like one day I'm talking to the developer and I'm like, hey, Task, can you make a wand? Make this happen, will you? But Jay, I just again want to say thanks for coming. Congratulations on 40,000. It's huge. Please come back and hang out with us anytime you want, man. I would love to have you back and just hang out and talk VR because number one, you're super cool. I love the way you have thoughts about the industry, and I just want to hear you say one time, we all know Beat Saber sucks.
No, I'll die on that hill. I will not give up. It's brought too many people in. Too many people in this chat right now are here because of Beat Saber.
I agree. It has definitely done that. Has brought tons of people in. D, what's going on with you? Do we have anything coming up from you this week? In the stream, anything crazy?
I've been trying to, now that I got my affiliate stuff with Twitch, I've been kind
Nice.
of trying
Congratulations.
To, thank you.
Nice.
I took a little bit of a break just to kind of like tweak some things, and I'm still kind of working on it, but I would like to possibly do something this weekend, maybe, possibly.
Nice. You definitely should. Definitely do something.
I should. We should try and whatchamacallit? It's a flat game, but we should try and do another run of Returnal
co-op.
Beat that second boss, man.
I'm there. You name it. Actually, no, I'm not, because I have to go away. No, but as soon as I get back, seriously, maybe we can do it. Maybe we can do it in person. I'll come over to the house. when I'm in Denver. We'll do it together.
Maybe.
How cool would that be?
Dude,
That
that'd
would be
awesome.
sick. All right, Tass, anything you want to tease?
No,
Quick
I think
games.
I think we've done
You're showing it
everything
all.
that I've got here for you.
Dude, thanks for giving all that stuff away. Thank you to all the super chats from everybody tonight. You guys are awesome. We appreciate it. Thank you for Jay Bratt for becoming a channel member.
Whoop.
Thought I missed that. Thanks, Jay. You're awesome, dude. Thank you. Welcome to the Q2C family.
Hey, I'm happy to be here.
We appreciate it. And yeah, we'll appreciate you guys. Virtual Strangers tomorrow night, guys. Strangers in the Night. It's going to be Weston Roots. I will not be there. I have to travel. So I won't be there, but they're going to be doing some cool stuff. They're checking Everslot Invasion out. They're going to do a couple other games that have just released. They're going to go over them tomorrow night. And then, come see them Sunday too. And then go see Jay. Go check out that interview with the Hello Neighbor Debs, because I'm going to do that as soon as the show's over. All right, guys. We will see you next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, not 9 p.m. Eastern, I promise. Good night, everybody.